What's up, friends and family? What's going on? Anton from antondaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I know that you guys didn't think that I was going to stream multiple times this weekend because I wound up not streaming on Saturday because I just kind of took a night off. It was a long Saturday. So I decided to just slow motion it up. I got a lot of rest today. I actually anticipated live streaming a little bit earlier than this. So my original thought was that I was going to live stream at like 5 o'clock, 4 or 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Then I realized that not only did we turn our clocks up, but on top of that, I had a lot of smoke that I had to put out today. Yeah, we had a lot of smoke today. What's up, distinguished gentlemen? Roxy in the building. Shayla. What's up, Shayla? Shayla, it's different over here on this one. I'm going to just tell you, this is much different than the Millionaire Morning Show. Oh my God, Shayla is different. What's up, my baby Shayla? Kojak in the building. What up, Kojak? Yakar, Blake Fields. What up, Glow? Treese is lit. It is lit. Shout out to y'all. Treese says they should be the mascots. Oh my God. What up, Sarah? What up, everybody? What up, Treese? What up, Noble Hope? I'm Hotep. Clinton Jackson. I do be in these streets. Y'all know people be sending me stuff, and then I'll be like, oh, okay. Yeah, man. Michael Johnson. I'm gonna talk about today. I'm gonna give y'all some insight into what was going on today. A.R. Smitty. You know, I always gotta acknowledge all of the people that's showing up. Freight Train. What up, Freight Train Shane? Terrell Rogers, Rondo, distinguished gentleman, Brian and Roxy, Shayla, Twatter, Joe Gunn, the football fan. What up, the football fan? Link Jack. What up to all of my friends and family? Sean, Jordan Hurd in the building. You love after hours? Okay, well, that's what's up. Is this a Gucci sweatshirt? Yeah, I think so. It's a part of the collection, the new collection that they had to make sure that I had. You know what I'm saying? What up, Neo Melanin Anime? Splash Mathis. It's been a crazy weekend. Spencer Campbell. What up, Spencer? It's been a crazy weekend. What up to all of my friends and family? Solution Trucking Channel. What up, Nayasha? Shout out from the UK. All of my friends and family. All right, y'all ready to get started? Well, okay. So let me give y'all a little bit of insight of what happened over this weekend, right? And I'm gonna address it in other videos or whatever and all of that. But long story short, I wasn't expecting all of the different people that reached out to me over the weekend. It's almost like when it rains, it pours. And I'm gonna get into what up to everybody that just came in. What up? I appreciate y'all. Um, it's funny because, like I said, it's when it's rain. Oh my God! All right, my mind is all over the place. Let me just get my thoughts out real quick. Tomorrow on the Millionaire Morning Show, you have no clue. You have no clue. Listen, when I say it's going down, that somebody is going down, they going down. I can't name no names yet because I got to make sure that I operate based off of the agreement that I had with the person that I had the agreement with. And I'm not going to say no names. I'm not going to give y'all no hints. I'm not doing none of that. Y'all got to tune into the Millionaire Morning Show tomorrow. If you don't tune into any other show, tune into the Millionaire Morning Show tomorrow. News is going to be released. Things is going down. I've been familiar and up on it for a while now, but we going to react to it, and it's going down. I'm telling you that tomorrow is going to be a bombshell of a show. And most people nobody knows anything. Nobody has a clue of what's going to happen tomorrow, but I'm just going to tell you, it's going to be an interesting show tomorrow. So that's number one. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. I'm not going to say no names. I'm not giving y'all no hints, but just tune in tomorrow. That's number one. Number two, I've had a lot of different people reach out to me, and I don't know what it is, but it's almost like the more traction and the more emotion that I get, the more I'm kind of like upsetting the system that's been established by different people. No, number one, and I'm gonna get into a video later. It's a lot of women that's just like upset. It's almost like I did not see the 15-year-old black girl. Ryan Isaac, send that to me. Email me at antondaniels413 at gmail.com. It's almost like women are starting to really be bothered. See, they didn't trip when they didn't think that I would last or anything like that. But now that I'm like, I go viral at least once a week. At least once a week, somebody has put something up viral and it goes crazy. And so a lot of people are starting to get bothered by that. And people are trying to tell me how to run my platform, telling me that I shouldn't support men, that I shouldn't stand up for men. Why am I standing up for single men if I'm a married man? And it's like, why wouldn't I have my guys back? Like, why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I hold down and try to be the biggest advocate for guys when I see an injustice being done? And why would I lead guys into a situation that's not best for them? You know what I'm saying? And it's almost like they ignore every other piece of content that I create. And all of a sudden they think that I'm against, man, ain't nobody against women. I love my ladies. And every lady that's in here know that I love my ladies. And so, but they want me to shut up. They basically trying to control what I say that I need to talk differently. Women is mad at me and stuff. It's like, man, I don't give a fuck about what you think. I could care less about what women think, but we gonna get to that shortly. Man, listen, I've had people, politicians, backdooring me. Hey, people that's tied to this person, that's tied to that person. Anton, such and such, be watching your platform. They don't like what you be saying. They don't like what you be reporting. They don't like that you keep mentioning this, that you won't let up off that and shit. And I was thinking to myself, is this America? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not a freedom of speech type of situation. Maybe it's not a, since I can't be controlled or I'm already there and all of that shit. Like, why you can't just do better? Why you can't do better? Why are people fucking backdooring, reaching out to me and sending me messages talking about, Anton, such and such like it. They don't necessarily. I'm like, I can't believe that these people is actually reaching out to me, and they want me to be quiet. It's like the minute that I really, and I told y'all it was just going to be a tip of the iceberg. But see, what they don't realize is that I don't answer to nobody but God. It's the only person that I answer to is God. I don't answer to my wife. I don't answer to an employee. I don't answer to my daughter. I don't answer to nobody, man. The only person I answer to is God. Listen, you're talking to a person that don't have nothing to lose. That's the most dangerous person on the face of this earth. And when I say I don't have nothing to lose, yeah, I got things that's meaningful to me, but not meaningful enough to where I'm going to shut the fuck up. I thought that I wouldn't even be here at 18, past 18. I didn't even think that I would be alive past 21. When God spared me when I got carjacked, I was like, your life is mine at this point, so we just gonna do what it do, baby. I don't give a fuck. I don't care to be on people's team. Like, it's not meaningful enough for me to censor myself. Like, I didn't even expect to be here past a certain age. So every day is points on the board. I live like a fucking rock star because I know that any day, at any point for anybody, it could be over. At any day, for any point for anybody. The pandemic should have taught y'all that. The pandemic should have taught. For some reason, y'all forgot. Some of y'all forgot where y'all came from, and y'all got so caught up in the bouginess and all of that shit that y'all now are acting scary. I don't listen. The hierarchy for me is God, Jesus. That's the only person that I answer to. I don't give a flying fuck about nothing else. All of my shit, all of my blessings come through God. I don't care about nothing like that. And so if I'm not taking direction from God and He's saying, Anton, hold off, chill off on that, then I'm not listening to you niggas. Now, also, I do understand that God may send you messages and insight and clues through people, right? So I am aware of that, and so I try to be conscious of that. And when people say something to me, that's why I'm never above reproach. I always just, lean into the idea that anybody can say anything at any time. then I'm gonna lean into that shit. But as far as like the way that these motherfuckers is trying to tell me how to run my shit, man, fuck you. If you want to reach out, then reach out to me, and then we can kick it on some real shit. But you're not gonna give me. Don't tell me to give you no pre-planned questions. You fucking politicians. Fuck you. I'm not. I'm not doing no interviews and then giving you no pre-planned questions just for the sake of being able to have you on a platform. And I don't care. I don't even care about interviews no more. If I do an interview, it's gonna be because I like the person. It's not gonna be because. It's not gonna be because I feel like I need them in order to advance the platform. I'm cool. I'm cool. I don't need no friends. I don't need none of that shit. Only thing I need is God. I got everything that I need is God. And so all of this other bullshit that they trying to pull, hey, yeah, we want to do an interview with you, but we want to be friends, but we want to do a pre-plan and we want to be able to get the questions. Nope. Nope. I'm not interested. Don't even holler at me. Get off my platform. Nope. Nope. Not at all. And then a lot of people are familiar with Boyce Watkins. So, he decided, that's, I kind of sort of called a truce with him. So I'm a let that be. I'm going to let that be. You know what I'm saying? I will say this, though. I remember a while ago, they didn't think that I was relevant enough. And so they kept saying, and they was paying attention to what I was saying. They always listen. But then they kept saying, it's not relevant enough to respond to. All of a sudden, I'm getting whole live streams dedicated to me. Okay. But my people, they let me know immediately, yo, Anton, pay attention to what's going on with this. So I click in. I said, okay, we can pull up. I got time today. And so we get to it. And so we got to it. We had a straight up candid conversation. Wasn't no pandering, none of that bullshit. He said what he said. I said what I said. And we said we'd play it cool from here on out. After we got our thoughts off, we talked about everything. We talked about Kevin Samuels. We talked about the step baby daddy dilemma. We talked about the women. We talked about the money. We talked about a lot of stuff. So y'all can go over to his platform and see it if y'all want to. But, that's what it is. I got motion, man. I got motion. I'm telling you, listen, you got to pay attention to what I'm saying because I'm not like nobody else. I'm not like nobody else. Ain't nobody fucking with me. That's just a fact. Y'all ready to get into the show? Y'all ready to get into the show? Shout out to Boyce. We did what we did. We had our conversation and we kept it moving. I think it's time for us to get into the show. Shout out to Larry Doss. Larry Doss says, keep on preaching, AD. We need your voice heard in every community. Hashtag keep it up. Oh, I got you, big dog. I got you, big dog. We gonna do the Lord's work. It's my time. It's my time, baby. It's my time. And it's time for the listen, this is what I honestly feel. And then I'm gonna get into the Steven Jackson because I'm trying to prepare this video for y'all. I believe that it's my time because God has allowed for the foolishness to go on for so long with all of this shit and the pandering and the people, and he let y'all make y'all little money, and everybody got their money, they got their bag, and they had their opportunity, and now it's up from here. And so it's time for the real to rise. I told people that it was only going to be a tip of the iceberg. The real is here. And now niggas gonna have to shut the fuck up. I'm like 50 Cent when he came through. Except for my ring gonna be I straight up, this is like 50 Cent. Everybody should have got their shit off while they could. And now it's up from here. Cause I ain't even dropped my Get Rich or Die Trying yet. From a YouTuber's perspective. I ain't even dropped my Get Rich or Die Trying yet. That's coming. That's coming. So it's my time. Everybody got to shut the fuck up and sit down. Straight up. Shout out to you. I appreciate you, Larry Doss. Thank you for the contribution. Chris, y'all crazy in the chat. Chris Walker in the building says AD versus everybody, and Jesus said to them, a prophet is not without honor except for in his hometown, among his relatives, and in his own household. Yeah, we gonna get this. We gonna get it. It's my time. Shout out to Ray Sean. It's my time. Shout out to Miss Jennifer. It's my time. It's my time. Regime in the building says your new name is Takeover Time. It's my time. Shout out to Messi. I am a real life Truman Show, ain't I? Shout out to my dog Regime. Shout out to Messi. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Y'all ready to get started with the show? All right, I think we got enough people in here. It's time to get it popping. So we're going to start off with Steven Jackson, all right? And the reason that we're going to start off with Steven Jackson is because we're going to wrap this shit up. Morning Drive Coffee Break says, why all the hate from these ninjas on YouTube? Thanks for setting Boyce Watkins straight. First they hate you, then they love you, then they gonna hate you again. That's how it's gonna go. That's how God told me that it was gonna go. I'm telling you, Morning, listen, let me tell you how this is gonna play out. Y'all want to know how? I'm gonna tell you how. I already told you this shit a while ago. First they ignore you, then they hate you because they see you rising. Then they gonna love you because they gonna act like they love you because we ain't even got to the tip of the iceberg yet, and then they gonna hate you again. That's how it's gonna play out. I already know how this story goes, and I know how this story ends. So for all of y'all that's rocking with me now, I'm gonna just say I appreciate y'all, love y'all. We gonna get it. We gonna get it. I appreciate y'all, but you gotta know that this is the way that it's gonna go. First they gonna hate you, then they gonna love you. I'm telling you, hate, love, hate. First they ignored me, then I made too much noise so where they can't fucking ignore me. Everybody watching. Everybody watching. Your favorite politicians, your favorite NFL people, they all fucking watch. They all check in. They either catch the restreams or they catch the clips or they paying attention. They all fucking rock with me. So we gonna get there, and I appreciate y'all for rocking out with me. All right, what up, my dog, Fa Brown? So this is how it's gonna go. We're gonna do Steven Jackson, Dame Dash. We're gonna do Steven Jackson, Dame Dash. I'm gonna pull up a hater. I'm gonna do a hater series. So I'm gonna pull up Amanitalks because I'm gonna break that down more extensively. Shout out to her because she has some real choice words today. So we're gonna deal with that. And then I'm gonna go into I think Tia Mowry. I also got a Ryan Clark one for possibly going up. So we're gonna play it by ear and we're gonna see what happens. All right. Let's get to it. So let's start with Steven Jackson because Steven Jackson apparently has some choice words for Shannon Sharpe. Now I haven't seen this yet. Apparently they saying that it was all on All the Smoke podcast, and so I'm gonna break that down. And so let me pull up Steven Jackson. I don't know what part of the podcast. If anybody in the chat can let me know exactly what's happening as far as the podcast, we're gonna get it rocking. Shayla says your shows keep me going, keep me going, being authentic. They hate your candor but can't kill your greatness. Shayla, you coming to the studio this week? I ain't seen you in a long time. I have not seen you in a long time, Shayla. Are you gonna come to the studio? We could do an exclusive. We could just sit down and kick it and shoot the shit and play it by ear. Shayla, let me know what your schedule is. You got my number. Text me, and then we gonna play it by ear from there. All right? I ain't seen your big head in a while. Let me see where this Steven Jackson is. All right, hold on. Let me see. Is this shit low? All right, bet. I'm holding you to it. Come through. Come through.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Stack of dollars. Stack of dollars.
Hey, you know
How
what?
y'all brothers doing, man?
We're good.
Y'all some good
Good
brothers.
to see you again.
Man, good to see you, man. We
On having authentic.
Oh, I think it's pinned to the top of the chat because you know I'm gonna be opening up the lines for I take calls. So if anybody got a disagreement with me, or if anybody feeling some type of way about me, you're more than welcome to call in and get your thoughts off. Is it pinned to the top of the chat? Let me make sure that this is pinned to the top of the chat. Let me make sure it's pinned to the top of the chat. Give me a second. All right, it's pinned to the top of the chat. Bet. All right, let's get to it. Let me see what's happening.
real conversations we can learn from, the conversation we can, motivate from. Quiet down in the back, Nate.
And he's already said in interviews, people have seen my interviews a million times on YouTube and stuff. So I just don't want to say the same thing.
Right.
And when I left, I realized that I said, damn, because sometimes I want to keep re-educating people on who I am.
Yes. Wait a minute. All right, we appreciate you.
Standing on top of the world. And I fly a chicken over at
To stand up, you had said some stuff, and obviously Shannon Sharpe in his podcast and Cat Williams and all this, it really made headlines, broke records. You recently got in the man and was telling jokes, how you tell jokes, and it kind of started getting back and forth, but I was glad, I knew it would happen. You and Shannon were able to talk and figure it out, and that happened, I think, yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Can you kind of, you don't have to tell us what it was about, but just how that came about and where you guys are at now?
Well, we at the end of the day, this is all entertainment. That's what this is. We're not selling drugs. We're not in the underworld. So there's some guidelines and rules to the business that we're in. And at the end of the day, we got families, we got kids and stuff like that. So sometimes we can get out of line, man. And me personally, I can get out of line a little bit. Sometimes. Well, I said some stuff that I didn't. Some of the stuff I shouldn't have said. Some of the stuff was good. It was funny. Everybody was laughing. But then when I went back and looked at it, I said, yeah, I kind of crossed the line a little bit. But when you go cross the line, you're already there. So I just didn't expect. I just didn't expect the brother to get so mad about it.
So he's basically talking about when him and Shannon Sharpe was going back and forth because Cat Williams obviously had broke the internet. Mike Epps had did a joke and said that Shannon Sharpe wanted him to be on the show. He made a zesty joke about Shannon Sharpe. It was actually pretty funny. Shannon Sharpe then responded and said that he was going to pull up during the All-Star game. Obviously, they hashed it out. And because Mike Epps had responded or whatever and said, I'm going to be there. And so they hashed it out and they basically came to the conclusion, hey, listen, sane heads prevailed. You said some stuff that wasn't true. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? And we know that, I've been reviewing Shannon Sharpe's content lately. And we know that Shannon has been getting a little bit more upset than usual about all of the smoke that he's been getting from people on the internet, right? And so basically Mike Epps is just taking responsibility. He's taking responsibility for what happened and that he felt like he crossed the line a little bit, which I do think that he did cross the line a little bit because I think a lot of comedians have been above reproach lately because they are comedians, so they feel like they can say whatever the fuck they want to say. But I don't think that shit is true. I think that used to be true when you did it in jest as a joke. But when people start to take a narrative and run with it, I think it's different in social media area. Corey Hogan proved that. Cat Williams proved that. That people look at it as more than jokes now. Because, see, that was cool when it was just jokes. Like when you can do it back when it was just jokes and people knew that it was a joke, but it wasn't something that people took serious. Now, I think that when people are speaking on things that's happening in real life and it's more than a joke, I think it kind of toes the line. And like I said, Corey Holcomb is a comedian, but he say some foul shit. Sometimes he say some shit that's true. Sometimes he say some stuff that's foul. Everything that Cat Williams saying all of a sudden, everybody taking it as gospel. Cat Williams be lying sometimes. Cat Williams be lying sometimes. Like, you can literally go and fact check some of the stuff that he's saying. Cat Williams said that he read 3,000 books in a year. Or some shit like that. Let me not misquote him. He said something about 3,000 books or something like that. And I was like, what? You know what I'm saying? So I think that, you gotta be a little bit more careful, even though you're a comedian. I don't think that everything should just be able to fly. Although I do think that Shannon Sharpe still be taking it over the line sometimes because he's overly sensitive and he don't realize that he a public figure as big as he is, and so he's not used to the visibility, right? But let me continue to hear what Mike Epps is saying. I see Steven Jackson over there feeling some type of way though.
And then, like I said on the podcast, I said a lot of people have been talking about him. I mean, I seen it on Saturday Night Live. I seen a lot of Corey Holcomb, different ones. I just was wondering why, you know what I mean?
You got singled out.
That and then, you know,
He don't like Corey Holcomb either. He don't mention Corey Holcomb.
he told me, he was like, you know what, Mike, I'm gonna be honest with you. It was because it was you. He said, because guess what?
I fuck with you.
These people out here, they'll damn near do what you tell them to do. So when he said that, I said, damn, you right, man. I didn't look at it that way at first. And it just brought some light to me, man. And
Candace Owens versus Destiny, that's the thing. Let me write that down. I get there.
I felt bad about it. And I wanted to meet up with him and personally look him in the face and tell him that I was sorry. Because I've been messing with people and talking about them since I was a kid. You know what I mean? I'm talking about I hold my breath when I was a kid and say, I'm about to do it. And I'll talk about the bully. I'll talk about the dude that shoot everybody and all that and say something to him that don't nobody say, man, look at them shoes and blah, and everybody be laughing. He be looking like, I'm finna kill you. You know, so that's my thing. That's what I do. I crack jokes.
Right.
On anybody.
Period. Right.
On myself.
Got to be able to laugh at yourself.
If I go on camera, if I'm doing stuff, that's what I told him too.
But if they jokes, why you got to apologize if they jokes?
You can see that he was waiting to jump in it. He leaned forward. First, he was sitting back and he was just sitting there and he wasn't agreeing with any of this shit, right? Because look, you can tell the sentiment of a person when they feeling some type of way. I didn't even know that Steven Jackson had some type of smoke for Shannon Sharpe. You sent that to me. All right, I got you your car. I didn't know that Steven Jackson was feeling some type of way about Shannon. I don't know why. He went from community activist to hater. Hey, look, check it out. I'm gonna rewind it a little bit. Look, check it out. First he was like that, and he looking at his people. Look, this nigga just looking. He ain't even paying attention to Mike Epps. He ain't even paying attention. Look, it's all in your body language. He ain't even paying no attention to Mike Epps. And then eventually he leaned forward, and he can't wait to say something. He can't wait to say something.
Period. Right.
On myself.
Got to be able to laugh at yourself.
If I go on camera, if I'm doing stuff, that's what I told him too.
But if they jokes, why you got to apologize if they jokes?
Well, I mean, like I said, man, it wasn't Shucky Ducky telling the joke. It was Mike Epps that got 5-season sitcom on Netflix. It was Mike Epps that got a movie out with Snoop right now. And it was Mike Epps that got a special coming out on Netflix. It's Mike Epps that been in the business for 30 years. It's Mike Epps that,
Name hold weight. Your name holds some weight.
Yeah, so it was Mercedes Benz versus Hyundai. You know what I mean? Mercedes Benz said something about me. I got to say something about what he said. That's what happened, man. So we shook hands, we made cool. And one thing I wanted to show these kids.
There's another way to do it.
I wanted
Steven Jackson. Hate watching. And Mike Epps is a genuinely cool. I personally, even though I didn't like the beef I didn't like what was happening with him and Kevin Hart when they was beefed out or whatever, and I'm assuming that they're not beefed out or nothing like that anymore. But I didn't like that. I didn't like the fact that they was beefing because I actually fuck with, both of their comedy and stuff like that. But other than that, I think that Mike Epps is cool. I love Mike Epps. I think that Mike Epps is like a special brand of comedy that is missing in the game. He's authentic. He's real. I also like the fact that he just did a show here yesterday, didn't he? Yeah, he was at Little Caesars Arena, right? Or the Fox. He was at the Fox. I love Mike Epps. Mike Epps just opened up a bar/restaurant/comedy club here in Detroit. And so I think that Mike Epps is dope. Say, do you know they hosted Shannon on their pod? Did you know they hosted Shannon did they host Shannon on their pod? I didn't know that. How did it go? How did it go? Did it go well when they was hosting them on their pod, Trish?
I wanted to show these kids.
There's another way to do it.
I wanted to show these kids that guess what? No matter how I felt about him and how he felt about me, that guess what? This don't have to end in violence. And I'm not about to prove myself to nobody and mess what I worked so hard for to show somebody I'm a real nigga.
Nobody's too big to be talked about though. You did the right thing, but everybody can be talked about.
I not talk about everybody.
Yeah,
I have talked about every.
Of course you wouldn't apologize. He said, I wouldn't apologize. What's wrong with apologizing? What's wrong with if you wrong, why wouldn't you apologize? If you believe that you're wrong, if somebody communicates to you, let's say you keep it a G across the board, right? And then somebody comes to you and they say, hey man, listen, bro, I know you're a comedian and you could do whatever you want to do. I'm gonna just give a hypothetical example. Somebody say, hey man, Anton, I know you got a platform, you can do what you do. But when you said that, man, I was going through something at that particular time and my such and such had just passed away. And I say, oh man, I'm sorry, I didn't know that or whatever. Why is everything gotta be, I can't apologize? Why is it? Like, how come just because if somebody communicates to you something and they talk to you, listen, I had a whole conversation where me and Boyce Watkins had a disagreement today. We talked back and forth. I got off what I thought, you know what I'm saying? And I respected him. And I told him when I came up on the platform, I said, listen, man, I appreciate you for even having this conversation with me and inviting me up to your platform. I didn't have to go, but I still extended a level of respect simply because even though we didn't agree on a lot of things, which we had that conversation, by the end of the conversation, he apologized to me and he said, listen, man, I'm sorry for doing this and doing that. And then I did the same thing. And I said, listen, I apologize for how it is that I reacted to this and that and so on and so forth. Listen, it don't make you less of a man to acknowledge what it is that you did wrong in the face of the person that you did it wrong to. And I respect Mike Epps for having a conversation with Shannon Sharpe and them coming to an agreement. And if they come to an agreement and it actually results in something positive that comes out of it, why the fuck you in here throwing hate and throwing salt in the game saying, I wouldn't apologize for nothing. Fuck that. You're a comedian. You can say what you want to say. And I agree also with Andrew Schultz. Anybody can get these jokes. But then if it's context to everything. Like, for example, if somebody started going off on you and somebody started jabbing at you because they don't like you and it's beyond jokes, it's different. It's just different. Blaze Skywalker says Steven Jackson definitely feels some type of way about Shannon, but why? Why does he feel some type of way about Shannon is what I'm trying to figure out. I don't know what the beef is with them. Why do they have beef?
Talk about everybody.
Yeah,
I have talked about everybody. I'm serious. I mean, I talked about Shaq straight in his face. I didn't call him Shrek and all kind of. He just be laughing. I'm thinking that he gonna laugh too.
You only get mad like that when there's some truth to it, dog. That's just how I feel.
Speaking of, I'm glad you guys got to talk and clear your piece up. But you're sure.
See, Matt Barnes trying to be the mature one. And I'm usually used to the beige rage. I seen Matt Barnes put his, you know what I'm saying, was putting the hands on a young kid I just did a thing on Matt Barnes, I think, 2 weeks ago or something like that. And I was like, yo, he wrong. I'm going to just call a spade a spade. Man, listen, Matt Barnes is running interference because this nigga right here is hating. And now he feeding into the narrative that Shannon is, because he know that he can poke the bear. Oh no, Shannon is gay. It got to be some truth to it. That's some ugly shit. All that, man. Listen, how old is Steven Jackson? Let me see something. 45 years old. 45 years old. He an Aries, just like me too, which I don't even subscribe to none of that. astrology shit, but it just is what it is, you know. I just noticed his birthday is in the same month, in the early part of April. And he over here, man, listen, when you get past, I believe when you get past 30. However, it's definitely when you get past 40. When you get past 40, you got to let some shit go. Because we done already made it. Everybody got rich. You are what you're going to be. You might be able to get better and all of this. You got to, and once you get past 40, you got to let some shit go. But throwing the unsolicited shots, that shit is unwarranted, man.
Speaking of, I'm glad you guys got the
Truth to it, dog.
Thinking he gonna laugh too.
You only get mad like that when some truth to it, dog. That's just how I feel.
Speaking of, I'm glad you guys got to talk and clear your piece up. But
Michael Gibson says Steven feels as if Shannon should have stopped Cat Williams from talking about other comedians during the interview. That's his problem. What do you mean I gotta stop? You can't stop no nigga for getting off what he want to get off. If he asks you to, if you just volunteer the information or whatever, man, come on, man, stop, bro. I think that I never cared for Steven Jackson. I always felt like he was just a grown child that was still trying to keep it too hood, trying to keep it too thug, running in the Victim Olympics. I never cared about that shit. And it ain't even got nothing to do with the malice at the palace just because I'm from Detroit. I don't give a fuck about that. It got something to do with the fact that I think he's a bad representation and he doesn't exemplify excellence, in my opinion. I think that he exemplifies a person that you can take out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of the person because he keeps trying to be more hood than he really is. And all of that tough guy shit, once you get past a certain age, is just so corny to me, bro. That's the real lames. The real lames is when people still trying to be thug and trying to be hood and all of that stuff, and you ain't got to do that. That's corny to me. I think it's corny. I think you can get off your thoughts. But if Mike Epps said that, yo, I am absolutely cool with it, then I'm cool with it. I never cared for Steven Jackson. I just don't care for him. I think the persona, I think all of that shit is fake. I don't think that these niggas is really thugs. Listen, you can't make the type of money that they done made and make it to be 45 years old and be a thug. Can we just call a spade a spade? Listen, that tough talk shit, that shit is weak. That just means you a bag fumbler when you don't get yourself together. You can't make it to be 45 years old and make the type of money that these niggas have made, and then sit there and with that fake thug shit. Bro, you too old for that. You too old. And so I'm not going for it. I know that a lot of people like to be on code and they like to be a part of the community and shit. Man, fuck that, bro. Let's just keep it G. Let's keep it 100. Every time that I look up, every event that he at, he always in the middle of some shit. I remember it was a boxing match where some stuff had went off. I don't remember what it was. Was it Tank Davis? It was like a boxing match. I was going to go to that fight too. I think it was in Vegas. And he was in, because Wallow was there. I think Wallow and Gilly was there. And he was in the middle of some shit. And I'm like, why this tall ass nigga always in the middle of some violence? Why he always got to be the thug, man? Don't you know you 45 years old? Once you start getting some gray in your beard, it's time to cut that shit out. You got kids and all of that, but you got to be at the forefront and always hating that shit. Man, fuck that, bro. Too old. That's the thing I don't like about Game. Game just be messy as hell. Like, dog, ain't you a little old for this shit? Once you get past 40, you still beefing with niggas and talking about pulling up and all of this dumb shit and hating on people. Man, get the fuck off of that, bro. Get the fuck off of that. That shit is corny. Corny as hell. So let me see if he say anything else.
your show on HGTV with your wife, buying back the block, obviously something that's very important to
Shout
you,
out to Matt Barnes for running interference for this dude.
near and dear to your heart.
Niggas be 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", made it into the league, made a bunch of money, got they show popping and all of that, and still be talking shit.
Speak to that show and how
Yeah,
important
I know. Wallow was always a peacemaker.
it is you going back in your hometown and doing that.
You know what? Me and my wife, we were blessed to.
I guess that's the end of that. Ain't no need in seeing anymore. But I do. I think that the way that people carry themselves in certain situations is just lame. And it's like always having a confrontation, always being a tough talk. Steven Jackson went to O Block. Why would he go to O Block? What's on O Block for like a Steven Jackson type? Why would he do that? Why would Steven Jackson go to O Block? Y'all lying. I don't believe y'all. I'm about to look it up. Y'all not gonna lie to me. I guess he did. He hooped in the middle of O Block. That was a year ago. Why would he go and hoop on O Block? Huh? O Block is a hood in Chicago. It's fucking lame, bro. That is so lame. No, I did not see it. This is my first time hearing about it. That is some lame shit. Come on, man. Regime says, you see how the Most High gave his stream over to you. Shout out to you. Blaze says, 80, your response to old girl earlier was on point. Oh, we're going to address that. I'm going to address that in depth today. Don't worry about it. I'm going to get to that in a second. 80 was on point. You hit the nail on the head. She was just upset because she felt exposed, even though you didn't even attack her personally. Oh, we going to get there. We going to get there. Seminole says he went to O Block to check in with some young niggas. Man, they say you was food. What you talking about? Wait, y'all think that these young niggas that be in the hood be fucking with y'all? Nigga, you a NBA, former NBA player. They see you are as food. Who you trying to prove something to? Jesus Christ. Man, I don't want to be like that bad. Like, ain't nothing and nobody that cool. And again, the link is in the description. If anybody wanted to come up and say whatever they want to say. If you disagree with me, you're more than welcome to be able to come up here and get your shit off and say whatever it is that you want to say. You know, I'll leave the link open. I'm one of the only content creators that allow for people to call in, and you do not have to cam up, obviously. I'm one of the only content creators that allow for people to cam up and be able to get your shit off. All right, enough of that foolishness. I don't know, man. I don't care for him. I don't think that he's a good representation of what we need to follow, and that keeping it real shit gonna get you real hurt. So why y'all want me to pull up the video? Nah. I'm not doing it. I done already said enough, and I done probably already, you know what I'm saying, got too far deeper than I wanted to get anyway. So I'm about to go into this Dame Dash situation real quick. Give me a second. Because they say he talked about he's selling his Rocafella shares. Man, so it's funny because I didn't anticipate. It's like every time I go live, it's always a Dame Dash video or something. And, you know, now that he got this American New Network platform, I'm going to stay away from Dame after this. Y'all know who Greg G is? I'm not familiar with Greg G.
Can you give me the? I'm sorry. You know what? Let's take this really long.
Why is it so low?
So when you start fucking with Jay, he say Dave and everything. I pause. He like, oh man. I say, let's do it.
What kind of off the cuff interview is this? They don't be having their stuff together. They don't edit their stuff. They just be talking.
Work. greatest network out. Download, subscribe, tell everybody about it.
Hold on.
Cam, now you could be the CEO.
For real, for real.
And it ain't shit they could say.
All right, all right. Hold on. We gonna have to come back to this shit because I'm not just gonna be out here listening to no bum ass audio. You can forget that shit. Hold on. God damn, this junk is messed up. Why is it so low? They don't know how to fix the audio over in that joint? Don't worry about it. I'll fix it. If you want something done, you got to do it yourself. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to come back to that. Let's get into this other chick that was talking big shit about me. Hold on. Give me a second, y'all. Let me work. Recent. Give me a second. Let me work. Let me get this together, y'all. I got this. I got it. Cause I gotta remix this Dame conversation so that I can actually hear the audio, because the audio is fucked up. Would they record this on a potato? Huh? All right, I'm a do this audio all over again, y'all, and then we'll revisit this. So while that's getting it together, and I gotta put this on that. So that's gonna take a minute because I'm reprocessing the audio and I'm gonna redo that whole video to where we can get that together. So, anyways, listen to this. Look at Freight Train Shane being stupid, being crazy. Dame might have his flaws, but homie jewelry all be on King Tut. Come on, hold on. Freight Train. Are you telling me you still impressed by jewelry? Freight Train, tell me it's not true that you're not impressed by jewelry, bro. I don't believe that you're still impressed. Now, if you say somebody impressed by a watch or something, then that's different. Freight Train, tell me y'all not impressed by chains, bro. And I'm not saying that people can't have chains, because I think you can wear whatever it is that make you happy. But tell me you're not impressed by jewelry, bro. Because, I mean, that's a younger man's game. That is a younger man's game. Let me back up for a minute. I might pull up that Candace Owens situation too, but let me get this together. I'm going to get this Amanitalks situation up. Damn, do I have to show the whole video and the whole context behind what it is that I said before we get into it? Because a lot of people are not going to understand why she went at me in the first place. But Postnut Clarity says, just saw you cook Boyce Watkins on his own stream earlier today. Keep leading from the front. AD hashtag bag chasers barbecue chicken. Shout out to you. I appreciate you, big dog. Let me get into this Amanitalks chick, right? While we got the Dame situation processing, thank you, my friend. I appreciate you for holding me down. Let me get into this Amanitalks situation. So Amanitalks is a content creator. I've been starting to see her big everywhere. And I think that I've even reacted to her content before. McFreddy G says, could you look at my comment? It wouldn't let me send it as a super chat. Love the content. What do you mean? Did you send something else earlier? Let me see. I don't understand what you're saying, big dog. Could you look at my comment? It wouldn't let me send a super chat. Send it as a super chat. Love the content. I don't know what that means, but I do thank you for holding me down and supporting the platform. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. They're coming after you for the same dash comments. Who's coming after me for the same dash comments? All right. Anyways, let me pull up this Amanitalks chick real quick, and then we gonna get into it. So hold on. I want to show y'all a previous video that I did of her, or a previous reaction that I did from her, so y'all can get the full context as to why it is that she feels some type of way. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Hold on. Here she is. All right. So this is the previous video. Let me show that. So this is the previous video that I did of this woman, right? So she basically had a video where she was breaking down a good guy left her, or she broke up with a good guy, right? And I don't know where this chick came from. I don't know how she started blowing up, but people started sending me her videos in order to react to it, right? And so this video, I found it to be interesting. And so I said, okay, well, I'll react to this one because I like to give context behind why people think the way that they think and all of this stuff. So this was the original video that I did of her that upsetted her that she wound up going on this rant for. And then I'm going to pull up the other video that she got mad at me for reacting. So this is my original reaction video of her. And this is what she said, okay?
Hey you guys, so I recently broke up with my boyfriend and I didn't think that I was going to share this experience or this story just because it's not that big of a deal and it's kind of private too, but I decided to share it because I felt like the girls really needed to hear about this. So there are two major points I'm going to make and I'm going to try to keep this very short. So number one, the way that God has carried me throughout this breakup is really nothing short of amazing and unbelievable. Usually after a breakup, I'm a mess. Like I've been known.
She blocked y'all on IG? Y'all over there getting blocked on IG? Oh my God.
To cry in the club over a breakup. Like I'm telling you, days, weeks, and
So here's one thing that I completely ignored because, again, I wanted to not criticize her, but I wanted to criticize her point. Listen to what she just said. She said usually when she go through a breakup, she wind up being in a club crying and all of this. What do you mean you in a club?
to cry in the club over a breakup. Like I'm telling you, days, weeks, and the fact that that has not been my experience this time is only because of God. And I've been really trying to get back to my relationship with him first and foremost, so that he is leading my relationships from now on. Number two is I feel like a lot of times when we all see these breakup stories, especially coming from the woman's perspective, it's always like this horror story, like, the stuff that she's been through and what he put her through and all the stuff that she put up with. And we all look at her like, girl, why was you in that relationship? Like, why did you stay? But when I tell you guys that that's not my experience at all, like, it just wasn't. My ex was a great guy. Like, even after we broke up, still sending me flowers to my apartment, like just a great guy, but for somebody else. And
So we first of all right, let's put together our context clues before we really dig into this. First things first, we talking about a simp. Yeah. Listen, gentlemen, never ever, under any circumstance, continue to take care of, show some sort of affection, have communication with, and certainly don't send her anything like flowers. Flowers? Now, keep in mind, I am not personally attacking anybody. Only thing that I'm speaking to is what she's talking about on her platform. As a matter of fact, I'm not even speaking about her in particular. I'm speaking about the simp, the guy, because my audience is largely, or I speak to a bunch of guys in order to give them insight on how to be successfully married, how to vet for marriage, right? Not how to date, because I don't even believe in dating, but how to successfully vet for marriage. So I'm not even disrespecting her. I don't throw personal shots at her. I don't do none of that. But I'm going to just let it play out, and then you guys can see for yourself. All right, this is simp behavior. That's number one. Number two, why do we always insert God into things that ain't got nothing to do with God? This is called our own choice, our own decisions. We doing what we want to do. Listen, if we want to do it within God's way of doing it, then we wouldn't be dating in the first place. I'm just gonna give you the honest to God truth. I don't know what Bible that these people is reading. I don't know how they understand what a marriage or what the difference is between the way that God do things and the way that we doing things. But dating, boyfriend, all of that stuff, that's not biblical. That's not scripture. That's not of what it is that he's described, the way that you're supposed to operate when it comes to meeting, getting into, and then ultimately marrying a person that you're supposed to be with. So listen, we got to stop. If we're going to tell our stories, if we're going to have a conversation, then we can't just insert God into every single thing. If you spiritual, cool. I'm with it. I ain't tripping about it. But ultimately, this is our own things. God ain't got nothing to do with half of the stuff that we out here doing in real time. But we definitely got a simp on the prowl. At what point did I say anything negative to her? Let's just keep it a G. At what point, at any point in this conversation, did I say anything negative about her? Because you know me, I can get real disrespectful if that's the direction that we're gonna go in. But at no point in this conversation have I ever said anything except for, and I actually treated her with kid gloves. I said, listen, y'all got to start taking responsibility for whatever role y'all playing, good or bad, whatever, because God ain't in the way that y'all going about looking at relationships. First, and then second, I don't agree with the idea of him sending flowers, especially after a breakup, because that is simp behavior. Let's continue. Let's continue.
And we didn't break up because of anything that he did to me, anything that I found out or anything that I did to him. We literally broke up because just of small things that led me to understand that this was not my husband. And so I needed to make room for my husband by exiting that relationship. But I'm telling you, the way that he treated me within this relationship was so good. He's raised my standard, and you guys know that my standards were already high to begin with, but my ex treated me so well in our relationship that it was like, if the next guy, he's made it harder for the next guy, because if the next guy isn't coming like my ex or better.
Anybody that have a disagreement with me, you're more than welcome to be able to hit the link and we can have a conversation.
Then off the rip you can get to stepping. Like,
do y'all realize that, first of all, the dude was simping? Okay, so what people don't realize about relationships, and again, you know my background, you know where I'm coming from, you know why I'm qualified to be able to speak on this situation. What people don't realize is that, I see you, Ryan Isaac. We're gonna get there. Matter of fact, let me just read the super chats as we go. That way they don't have to pile up or nothing. Says her podcast is proof that dating is modern day prostitution. Receiving things from men and move on when it's convenient and disguise it as courting. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you for holding me down, Ryan. Let's continue. The way that you start off is not the way that you continue when it comes to a relationship, especially when you're talking about a marriage, a person that you take a vow with to be with for the rest of your life. And a lot of these guys are starting off with the speed of an Olympic sprinter. And that's not the way that you sustain or maintain a relationship. That's why I tell people that first of all, you should stop dating because your impression of what a relationship looks like is skewed. Because that's not realistic for what it is that you're supposed to be experiencing when you're married. Now, I'm not saying that marriage is supposed to be drab, but what I am saying is that the realistic expectations of the ebbs and flows and you getting to know a person or being able to present yourself within the first year of what a person is really like by them putting themselves their best foot forward versus what it is that you experience as far as enduring through a person. What's your duress language, right? All of these different things. You know, guys start off and they set these crazy expectations. And that's why dating is so bad, is because you basically talking to a representative of a person, even if it's for an extended period of time. You're talking to the representation of what a person would aspire to be like, but it's not necessarily reflective of how they could sustain. And then she goes on to say, and this is why you got to stop taking advice from women. I'm starting to see this chick everywhere. I can't hate the fact that she popping up everywhere and she getting her bag or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how she monetizing and I don't really care. But this is why you got to stop taking advice from women, fellas, because now she's saying the impression left upon her by the person that she was in a relationship, not a marriage, but a relationship with, has skewed and then ultimately has raises the bar for what expectations are in a man. But on top of that, the guy was so phenomenal but she's still not with him. She still broke up with him. At what point at any part of this conversation did I say anything disrespectful? Honey, did you hear me say anything disrespectful? Did I call her out of her name? Did I mislabel her? Did I say anything like that? Or am I just giving sound advice on, because I'm experienced, on how you can be successfully married? I'm giving basic, general conversation on how you don't lead with your money, how you have to be careful of what it is that you start off with, because A, they messing up for the people that come after you, but by creating unrealistic expectations, and then B, that's not the way that you can sustain throughout your relationship, because you're going to have ebbs and flows, especially when it comes to being able to hold each other down. At what point in any of this, I just want to be very, very clear, at what point in any of this conversation have I been disrespectful?
So, breakups don't always have to be this, oh, I'm learning a hard lesson, or I went through some traumatic experience. Not every relationship is going to end up in a marriage, and the ones that don't end up in marriage doesn't mean that it has to be messy, or, as long as you're upholding your standards within the relationship, it should be a positive experience. And honestly, my relationship was a positive experience, and I'm telling you,
just not positive enough to actually get married. They all say the same thing, bro. They lean into God. They talk about how they raising their standards, and they still don't have the results.
I have nothing bad to say about him, and we're still friends. We still talk and everything, but I just don't feel like the girls hear that often about a relationship that you get out of that has raised your standards. That he's treated me so well, the next guy's gonna be hard for him, So I just.
Why are y'all saying please let her come on the live? I don't know what people is doing. All I do is open it up for the people to be able to come in if you want to. The link is open for anybody that disagree with me. Then you don't even have to be on camera, and that's up to you. I'm not even going. I ain't begging nobody. I'm cool. You know what we do. This is my smallest channel. Do you know that this channel was smaller than Don't Do Coke in the formerly Don't Do Coke in the Bathroom, now Room 9. This is the channel that we just shoot the shit on. In 1 month, we ran this shit up over 16,000 new subscribers. We just started streaming on this platform in January, and we already over 30,000. So we gonna do what the fuck we gonna do regardless. So this ain't got nothing to do with that. This just got something to do with getting our point across. At no point in this conversation, because I can have a difference of opinion, 100% I can have a difference of opinion, but I absolutely did not disrespect her. Because you can't be a content creator and then get mad when people react to what it is that you say when they don't agree with you. Absolutely not.
I wanted you guys to hear that, because not every breakup is a horror story, and not every breakup is some hard learning lesson. Some breakups are really because you're just maturing and you want different types of relationships, and you just came to understand, I don't see myself marrying that person, so let's not waste each other's time. And that's pretty much what this was. But
listen, man, I'm telling y'all keep talking about I'm messing up the game. I ain't even got nothing to do with what the game is at this current time, because it's the simps. It's always the simps that come behind, and women have these wild expectations based off of basically a fling, and they think that this is what relationships or what marriage is supposed to look like. Shout out to Journey. And they have no real examples to give them a realistic perspective, yet everybody has an opinion of what they think that a relationship is supposed to be like going forward, especially with regard to a marriage. Listen, I want to see more marriages. I want to see more families. But more importantly, I want to see people successfully married, right? Because it's a difference between just getting married and then being successfully married, right? I see more women every single day with the same story, right? Now, let me give her a little bit of rope and say that at least, he is a simp. And why are they still in communication if they're not actually going and trending towards marriage? Because you shouldn't even be opening yourself up for something like that. But at least she didn't destroy his name or something like that, like a lot. So wait a minute, is Anton giving her credit and saying that at least she didn't destroy his name and all of that? What up to my girl Q in the chat? So basically I'm giving her credit. I'm saying, look, Let me give her some rope and saying that this is not even necessarily about her, but this is about the guy, because I want to teach guys that you don't lead with your resources and money in the way that you treat somebody, especially when they're not looking at you from a relationship perspective as far as looking to marry you. This is one of the reasons that you don't date. Historically, we did not date, but yet we had much better success when it came to our relationships. This is the blueprint for how you get yourself used up from a simp perspective instead of getting yourself into a relationship that's not going to be good for you. I gave her some credit. I never said nothing bad about her, never said anything negative about her, but I gave her 100% credit and said, let me give her some rope and say that at least she didn't destroy the dude. A lot of these other chicks be doing on TikTok and all of these other platforms. So I'm going to give her a little bit of rope in that. But realistically, listen, man, the only thing we care about is the results. A lot of these people is running around and I don't even know. All right, so that's enough. That's pretty much the end of the video. So now let me flip it, all right? I'm going to flip it. Now, that was my reaction to her, all right? I reacted to her based off of what you guys sent me. She's a content creator. She's a content creator. And so as a result, I reacted to her content. Now, you can't be out there giving your advice and you only want to hear people that agree with you. But that just tells me that you're not mature enough to really have these conversations, because the only thing you want to hear is the things that people like to say about you. But you don't want to hear the constructive criticism, how you can improve. You should be taking advice. You should get the insight. But no, because I'm not simping out for these chicks, then all of a sudden, somehow, some way, then I'm Mr. Bad Guy. Well, let me give it to you from the flip side. So you heard my reaction to her. All right. So now I want to show you exactly how she reacted to me after she seen what I said. All right. Y'all ready? All right. It's brutal. It's brutal. She come at me.
Hey, you guys. So someone has sent me this clip of this YouTube creator named Anton Daniels.
First of all, you know who I am, ma'am. Don't you hate it when people act like they don't know who you are? Somebody has sent me this of some guy named, but then look, me and her was going back and forth in the comments, and her comments, right? Because she was responding, I ain't even got it on me. Me and her going back and forth, and she gonna say to me, you know, Anton ain't capping. Ain't no cap in my rap, bro. Ain't no cap in my rap, bro. Not one bit of it. Because she wanted me to see what she had to say, right? Damn, I don't even think my comment is up there no more. Did she erase my comment? Oh, here it is. There it is. Check it out. Check it out. Ain't no cap in my rap. She don't know who I am, right? Now keep that in mind. This is what she says to me. When did I say you should what you should be doing? I said what you could be doing. All right, so let me rewind it and tell you what I said. And she was at me and all this, right? So I said, I don't have a problem with your criticism. It comes with being a content creator. You're the only one being extra. Also, I have multiple different platforms, some educating, talking about money and politics, because I didn't know if she knew me or not. So I was just giving her a little bit of insight, because she kept telling me that, you know, what I should do, right? Others on popular culture, some on all aspects of relationship. And who are you to tell me what I should be talking about? I hold men accountable, women accountable, encourage, and react. Regardless if someone send me something I find interesting that I want to react to, I will. And if it just so happens to be you, then so be it. Now, if you want to have a conversation about it, then that's cool too. But good luck with everything, ma'am. Still respectful. In the video that y'all about to see her try to torch me, and then this is what she said. When did I say what you should be doing? Which is moving our people in a more positive space. Who is our? Anyways, instead of feeding, look, she throwing shots. Instead of feeding your incel followers critique of a black woman's positive dating experience, still throwing ad hominem attacks, right? You used to spread more positivity, but now you're feeding into the manosphere for views. Listen, ma'am. First of all, let's be clear. You're basically saying that you know what the fuck I do. You used to spread more positivity, meaning that these people they not stupid. See, when you let them talk long enough, they will tell you who they are. And then they will reveal to you that they familiar with your work. But see, they didn't want to tell you that. But look, this is how they started off. Listen.
Hey, you guys. So someone has sent me this clip of this YouTube creator named Anton Daniels.
Chameleon love, baby. All chameleonaire. Chameleonaire. Listen, when they can't stand on their argument, they're going to throw shots. When they can't stand on their arguments, they're going to throw shots. They're going to throw shots at the people that rock with you. They want to try to do all of this, but they know what the fuck is going on. They know what the fuck is going on. But listen, I'm going to still meet them with love for now. For now. I pander to incels. How do I pander to incels when I'm the person that hold them accountable the most? I don't hate women. I'm harder on guys than I am on women. How do you pander? See, pandering is making somebody feel good about something that they fucked up in. I don't pander to anybody. I'm harder on men than I am on women. And that's a fact. And I don't have to bring up the evidence because most people know, especially when you see me on Wednesday nights, that most of the time is guys calling in and I'll be kicking ass and taking names. And even Freezy to be hitting me up like, Anton, dang, man, you being a little too hard. No, nigga, we just gonna get straight to it and we gonna talk about it and we gonna get to the money. That's not what I do at all. I don't pander. The people in the chat know. The people in the chat know. But let me get to what she gonna say. Wild shit. She just torched me.
And he is a woman basher, middle-aged man,
Woman basher, middle-aged man, bald.
overweight. You know how they look on YouTube all day. And he took a piece of my content where I was talking about a breakup. And
Before she said anything, she made sure that she absolutely destroyed me. I can't even show my bald head right now because I'm so ashamed. I'm so ashamed. I'm so ashamed. Hold on, wait, check this out. I'm a fan, but we never see you criticize white people. Hey, for everybody in the chat, we gonna set this shit right. We gonna go ahead and set this shit right. Cause there's so many people that feel a certain type of way. They gonna say, Anton, you don't criticize men. You don't criticize white people. You don't do any of this stuff. Okay, I feel you. I feel you. You don't even say nothing to white people. Word? Word? That's crazy. Ooh, if it's not the devil himself. The first thing that I said when they come on my platform is, you full of the devil. You are the devil. Don't worry, I could pull up multiple different examples of every single thing that you saying.
Devil himself, Anton, I'm pretty sure the scripture says you can't serve two masters. So if you're under that policy, statute, and code that dictates of other men in the world, you're not serving that universal God's law. Anton, remember America
This
used to
is
be
just
about
word salad, Paul.
founding principles,
This is word salad, Paul.
salad. So we're not going to address the facts of the matter and the definitions of words and terms and symbols and how it all relates, right?
Yeah, I looked at a little bit of your content. I observed the devil in his flesh. Listen, I hold anybody accountable. Anybody accountable. Listen, nobody is above reproach. Nobody is above reproach. Nobody. I don't care about, listen, y'all, listen, just say you unfamiliar. Just say you don't know. Just say you're not familiar with what it is that I do out here in these streets. But let's be very, very clear. Everybody can get this work. Everybody can get this work. Not one person is above reproach. System about marriage, the whole 9 yards. What you talked about and the thing that you highlighted, it just shows how ignorant you are. Because all of my people and even the bag chasers know that based off of what I pay in taxes, I'm pretty sure that your poor ass is paying way more in taxes than I am. And because you have no understanding, and because you're ignorant, and because you're operating based off of how you feel instead of operating based off of what the truth is, you made yourself look like an ass today. You came up here with false information. You came up here to talk about the type of bag that you get. You came up here to talk about how you dumb as fuck with regard to the laws of the land. You don't really know about the Bible or biblical scriptures. And now you're making yourself seem like even more of a fool when you're talking about family court, when you're talking about me getting divorced and all of this other type of shit. You said that I had a lawyer in court and that my chick was taking half. Yo, you sound weird. You sound dumb. And it's almost like I'm starting to feel bad for you. Because now that I know how ignorant you are and that you're speaking based off of what you think and how you feel instead of speaking out of truth, I feel bad about squashing you. Like, I feel bad about treating you like the poor man that you are. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even against poor people. I'm against people that are ignorant that choose to be poor because they think that they're smarter than the people that's actually winning. My life is a reflection of success. I know that you're not biblically based. I know that you're not spiritually where you're supposed to be, because God don't have people that look like you advocating for the gospel in 2023. That's a piece of shit. It's just the facts. Like, God don't have people on his team nowadays that don't do things that's based in scripture, right? You even talked about the whole idea of how it ain't no point in going on. Listen, I could bring up example out of example after example. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't care who you are. Take it back in the chat. You don't talk to white people like that. I don't give a fuck about who you are. I don't care if you white, black. If you wrong is wrong across the board. Woman, man, white, black, all across the board. Wrong is wrong. And I had the whole white community up in arms after this shit. They started sending all of their little agents up there. I said, use a bitch and use a bitch and use a bitch too. Give a fuck who you are. But let me get back to the original conversation. Now that we've squashed that whole narrative and we know that people is feeling a certain type of way about the idea that, oh man, Anton don't go at these people. Anton don't say that. Man, I don't care who you are. When I don't agree, I'm going to address it. But then this is what she said. Let's get back to what she said. She had a lot of smoke for me.
Hey, you guys. So someone has sent me this clip of this YouTube creator named Anton Daniels, and he is a woman basher, middle-aged man, bald, overweight. You know how they look on YouTube all day. And he took a piece of my content where I was talking about a breakup and saying that he was a good guy, good relationship, but he wasn't my husband, so we broke up. And he's trying to critique it, talking about, well, good enough should be enough for a husband. He was so great, but you didn't marry him. This is what I'm talking about with women. You sound pathetic and low IQ, and let me tell you why. You also used to toxicity, negativity.
Hey, you see how the chameleon came out when you was in agreement with her, when you know what I'm saying, when she wanted to present a narrative, everything was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, it was so nice to me and all of this stuff. Now she talking fast, snap neck, willing to, you know what I'm saying? Typical angry black woman bullshit. And now everything is going left and haywire because she's feeling some type of way. Okay, let's continue.
baby mothers, baby fathers, maybe you didn't grow up with your dad, maybe your mom was a bad mom, that y'all don't even know what dating really looks like. A good man is not husband material. A good
Maybe I didn't grow up with my dad. Maybe my mom was toxic. Now, everybody here, some of y'all overlap from the Millionaire Morning Show, okay? Some of y'all overlap from the Millionaire Morning Show. You have seen my mom come on the stream. Ooh! You have seen my mother, the sweetest soul in the world, come on the stream. Yes, you have. Yes, you have. And I'm not about to pull her up or anything like that, but you've seen my mother come on the stream, and she is one of the sweetest souls that I've ever seen, that you've ever seen in your entire life. Yes, you have. And Anton, you ain't had no father? I didn't know that I didn't have no father in my life that raised me in a two-parent household. Listen, when they can't stand on facts, they stand on attacks.
man is here, which is the bare minimum for dating, and a husband is here, and a lot of y'all be in the gutter. And this is where women are accountable too, because stop meeting men in the gutter, giving him your all, letting him do whatever he wants with you, and then a year later you're on the internet crying to us about what he did. I don't want to hear it because you met that man in the gutter. No.
Can y'all imagine getting into an argument with this woman? Can y'all imagine getting into an argument with this woman?
Nobody made you. A good man is the bare minimum. And y'all also don't know what dating really is or what it looks like, because dating somebody is meeting them and learning about them. So in the process of dating them, if you learn, okay, our morals don't match up, our lifestyles are different, maybe I'm uncovering things I don't like about you, okay, let's exit the relationship. But y'all so used to jumping into things and then having a baby and no real commitment and then all that crazy toxic mess that y'all don't even really know what dating is. And that's what my whole platform is about. And that's why I felt the need to respond to that. My whole platform is about advancing the dating pool for black.
Why is she so mad? I never even disrespected her. I never even said nothing negative to her. Why is she so mad? Why is she so angry? Why is she coming for my head top, my neck? Honestly, guys, I am so confused. I never said anything negative about her in the video.
Black women, and letting black women know that good enough is not actually good enough. Good is the bare minimum, like I said. That is the least that a man could do, is be good to you while you're dating. Duh. You don't want to date somebody that's not nice to you, that doesn't treat you well while you're dating. A lot of y'all, I'm not going to say black men. I'm trying not to say black men, but a lot of y'all men are.
No, you said it. You said it. You said it. You absolutely, positively said it. You said black. See, you said what you meant, and you meant what you said. Don't spin it around now. Don't change up on us now. You said it. Listen, I'm telling y'all, they don't fuck with us. Ayanna Van Zandt had it 100% correct. She had it 100% correct. Ayanna Van Zandt said, black men today are looked at for what it is that we can do for you, and we're not looked at as somebody that actually can pour into you. And she was 100% correct. Guys today, black men today, and she said it. And see, one thing that I've heard this woman say, because again, I told y'all that she's been popping up a lot, and I don't know where she came from, but she's been popping up a lot. One thing that I've heard her say is I've heard her diss black men all day long. I've heard her talk about how bold we are, how broke we are, how all of this is, and so on and so forth. And so now that we starting to see who the real you is, why are we sitting here even having a situation where you acting like you rocking with us when in reality we know that that's not true. We know that that's not true. We know you don't fuck with us. And that's why she had to catch herself. But even then, she left it in there. She left it in there. She didn't change up. She telling you exactly who she is. It's chameleon vibes. It's chameleon vibes all day long.
are way below standard. So y'all want women to meet y'all where y'all are, way below in the gutter. Women, stop meeting below average men and thinking that they're boyfriend material, because they're not. And every guy that you date that's a good guy is not going to be your husband. Learn to vet, get some discernment about you, and then maybe half of our marriages would be falling apart.
Says a woman that's never been married, talking to a guy that has been married for 2 decades since I was 22 years old. I was married before the age that she is now. I've gotten more people married than, and she can't even get herself married. I've gotten more people married and she can't even get herself married. And then she's talking about stuff, although she's always referencing God in the Bible. But God said that he who findeth a wife findeth a good thing. Not that y'all supposed to be vetting for yourselves. Ooh wee. Ooh wee. But that's a little deep. I ain't gonna get into that. I just want y'all to see what the ad hominem attacks and what the anger looks like.
So that's what I have to say to that. And by the way, when you use someone's content to talk about it, you should be tagging them. You know me, Amanitalks. You were on my TikTok to find that video. You said, did you see me all the time? So you know exactly who I am. Tag me next time, like I'm tagging you.
And you know, the interesting thing about that is that if you look at any of the tags of all of my videos, regardless of whether I agree with you or not, if you look at it in the description, and I say it in the videos, I say it in my videos that I react to. I say, and let me, if I can find you, right? Because sometimes y'all just send me a video and it be somebody else reposting somebody else's content. But I do my best to actually go and show that I actually am holding people down and I give content creators their props. I'm an advocate for that. As a matter of fact, let me show you how much of an advocate for it that I am. Now, in every video that I do of somebody, and you can go down the list, you can go on the Anton Daniels channel, and you can go and look at it. If I find it, I absolutely positively will show it in the description, and then I'll link to it in the description. Let me give you an example. This is the video that I reacted to her. I went down, credit, laid by Imani, TikTok, laid by Imani. The link is right there. 100% of the time, I always give credit to the content creators. But see, when you speak out of anger, why do you think that? Listen, man, listen. Don't let these hyenas. As a matter of fact, I think that a better description of it is chameleons. Get you off your square. The work continues. We're going to continue to do what we do. And we're not going to be distracted. And just because they feel a certain type of way, we're going to hold them accountable for what it is that they're doing. All right? So, she got her 15 minutes. We're going to continue to do what we do. Matter of fact, let me go to her platform real quick. Give me a second. Her YouTube platform. Oh, shit. You got to be kidding me, bro. No way, no how. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Look at who she got on her platforms, bro. And I'm a supporter of content creators. Look who she got on her platform, bro. I'm just keeping it real. Listen, I'm doing you a favor by actually giving you some visibility and talking to you. Fuck the TikTok, that ain't even no money. Fuck the Instagram, that ain't even no money. I'm doing you a favor. Look at who she got giving advice on her platform about dating. Come on, what are we talking about here? She's having conversations with people about dating. Look at this shit. Look, she's talking about marriage, but look at the people she got on her platform. Look at this shit. Now again, I'm never gonna hate on the content creator or whatever like that, but come on, bro. Come on, bro. A godly woman. A godly woman. Case in point, case closed, bro. Case closed. We not gonna do this. We're not gonna do this. It could get real Shabba ranks in this bitch. Y'all said don't give her too much traction. Why wouldn't I give her? I don't listen. I want content creators to win. I want content creators to be successful. Why wouldn't I want to give her traction? I'm not trying to hoard all of the success for myself. Y'all know how much I make. Y'all know that I make over $1 million alone just off of I show my shit inside of the Patreon. Anybody want to tap into the Patreon? Listen, if you want to get your shit up, if you actually want to make money in this content creation space, I can actually teach you something. You should be under my tutelage instead of trying to clap back. I want people to win. I want people to have a good time. I want them to be successful. I don't want people to not be able to get their bag. You know what I'm saying? I want you to be great. So shout out to her. I hope you do well. I hope everything work out for you. And I hope you win. I'm going to read a couple of super chats and then I'm going to get over into this Dame situation because I've actually been able to make some adjustments, fix the audio, and then we're going to get over to that. But let me read some of y'all super chats and then we're going to get it popping. Now women are telling men it doesn't matter what you do, I'll still leave, while at the same time shaming them for not wanting marriage. They don't want healthy relationships. They want to control you. Trey White says, "What up? Not I'm so shamed." Yo, it's crazy. Big Pressure says some successfully single women don't equal wife. That's a fact. This is not godlike, says Sleepy Domain. I agree. James Sharpe says a good man isn't husband material. We heard her. Ruel Black says good man or bare minimum. Which is it? No. Shout out to my dog, Deshaun Love. Keep doing what you're doing for black men. That's why I always show support. You see that? You see that? You see this right here? This is called love. This is called love. We not over here tripping. I'm going to give you the blueprint of what it takes to be successfully married, but at the same time, just because we single don't mean that we lonely. Just because my guys may be single, it means that they're vetting effectively. Shout out to Deshaun Love. I appreciate you for the 50 ball. Timeout says, here's the 10 ball. Timeout always holding me down. Timeout is always holding me down. I appreciate you, Timeout. All right, so let's get to it. Somebody said, y'all not tired of Dame yet? I am. But listen, I'm not going to deny the fact that this whole selling Rocafella thing is right up my alley because, you know, I love to talk about the money. And then at the same time, Dame is Dame. So Dame is incredibly entertaining. So we're going to take, who is this Brooklyn Kennedy guy? Before I get into Dame. Brooklyn Kennedy says, bro, you don't know NYC. You need to be a native to put you on. You got to represent NY right. Please don't let me go in on y'all dirty ass subways and all of that. Man, I don't give a fuck about NYC. You type that every single show. Every single show you say the same fucking thing. Oh my God, you don't know NYC? Nigga, fuck NYC. Don't give a fuck about your city, nigga. You not even your city. You your own individual. How many streets you own? How many streets you own, bro? Like how many blocks you own? How much? Are you a landlord or something? Do you got stock in NYC? Is it an NYC ticker symbol that we should be familiar with? Y'all niggas be sucking NYC. Man, y'all be sucking NYC off. Like y'all niggas own something in NYC. LaFleur, thank you for the 10 ball, LaFleur. I appreciate you. Nigga, they don't even like you in NYC. They giving more over to the migrants than they are to y'all. Nigga, y'all got the National Guard in the subways right now. Nobody give a fuck about NYC, nigga. You don't even know NYC. Nigga, clean up your streets, nigga. Get the migrants off you. Nigga, you don't even know shit about NYC. They pushing you motherfuckers further and further out. Either you in the projects or y'all niggas gonna be way out there in order to be able to catch the subway into the city. Half of you niggas ain't even in NYC. You niggas is in Jersey. Shut the fuck up. NYC. Give a fuck about y'all. Keep talking about NYC. Nigga, I don't give a fuck about no NYC. Let me get into this Dame conversation, bro. Anyways, so Dame just recently did a live stream or dropped a video about selling his Rocafella shares. Now, I want to hear from the horse's mouth as to why he's deciding to sell Rocafella shares. All right, we got the audio right, so it's not sounding dusty. Let's get it popping.
Can you give me the? I'm sorry. You know what? Let's get this really.
I heard Cam talk.
Oh, I got the wrong link. Hold on. Hold on, let me get the link. Did I upload the right one? Shit. Maybe it's not meant for me to watch this one. Yeah, that's the right one. Hold on. Did I upload the right one? All right, let me see if I can get this audio right.
But it was like, like, oh man, I see. Yeah, he asked more and more like.
And I like Harlem having, keeping it Harlem,
Yeah.
you know, and maybe not. I mean,
1 minute to
allegedly.
17. 1 minute to 17. He talk about selling and all of that. All right, so let me see something. Hour 17 or 1 minute and 17? Let me see. No, 1 minute and 17 probably. 34 minutes to 41 minutes. Cam and Mace. Hold on. 5 Brown. What part of the stream is he talking about it?
Yeah, he's like when the first time he met Dane, like 11, 12, and he was like, something cat. Host today, I got a special guest. Well, you already know this special guest. He stay in the building. He in the building. Mason Cameron, and they were saying about I don't know. I want you to really clarify, but it's about Rocafella shares, a part of Rocafella, and I want to be the first one to ask you what's really going on with everything that's been going on in the news, in the media. You know what I'm saying? As far as like the split of Rocafella, like you selling your shares. I mean, like really break it down to us. Give us the truth because you always give us the truth. You never hold back. And what you say in your word is bond. So give us the inside. Let us know about it. What's really going on? Do Mason Cameron got it, or who got it?
Well, what I could say is this. In this very moment, they could have it. They might have it. If pause. If you remember about 2 years ago or however long it was, 2021 or whatever, I was trying to sell my shares at public auction.
I remember that.
And, Jay and Biggs sued me, or had Rocafella Inc. sue me and say that I was trying to sell all of the shares, just so that people knew that if I tried to sell my one share, that they would hit you with a lawsuit. And then what they did was, and people were, because I've said it, but I guess like CEO talk and boss talk is somewhat of a different language. So when I say, they illegally tried to change bylaws, and I'm saying it publicly, no one's listening. They don't really get it. No one knows the average person doesn't know what a bylaw is. But it's basically the rules that govern the company. And, I'm the CEO of Rocafella. Everyone's always known that. But what Jay did was pretend to be the CEO of Rocafella, hire his lawyers on Rocafella Inc.'s behalf, and sued me. So basically, Jay's lawyers and Biggs's lawyers, but they're Jay's lawyers, were being paid by me, and the money that was generated from Rocafella Inc.
Whoa. So, is your block? Y'all, you got
Well,
two other cats. Y'all had the block.
we all have our positions on the block. Jay was the rapper.
But
I was the CEO.
But you're a crew. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, like we gonna really keep it real. Like you're a crew. We gonna keep it gutter. We gonna keep it as everybody say. We gonna stand on business. Like they hired your own team.
Well, they used the money because Rocafella Inc. owns Reasonable Doubt. So he claimed to be the CEO and sued me on behalf of Rocafella Inc., but used his lawyers, the dude Shapiro, right? That's a J lawyer. But Rocafella Inc. was the one paying the legal fees. So in essence, Jay's using my money to pay his lawyers to sue me about something I did not do. So now,
I mean, how can a motherfucker try to use the same money I'm bringing in? It's like they're trying to say you're using your own money to sue you.
That's like CEO war. It's a different game. So
Sound like Jay is more than just a rapper to me. Sound like he actually understand business.
that's why people understand it. So now, it kind of made it tainted. It made it to where anyone knew because we did the case and it got thrown out, as we saw. But it made it look like every time I tried to sell it, they were going to have a lawsuit. And what they did was they had this meeting. Jay didn't show up. The lawyer shows up. Big shows up, doesn't say a word to me. And he proceeds as the CEO, talking about we changing bylaws to where you can't sell your interest unless we all agree. Biggs agrees. And I'm like, yo, first off, you're not the CEO. You're not calling this meeting. And I'm not on the record. This is bullshit. But then they implemented new bylaws that would make it where I couldn't sell it. So at that point, I'm like, so now I got to go through a lawsuit against Jay and Biggs, but I'm going to have to fund my own lawsuit. But they're going to be using their lawyers, but using my money to pay their lawyers.
Yeah, that's the wild shit right
So
there.
I'm like, and honestly, I don't have that much money for legal fees. I'm funding America New with my pocket, not a fund. So I'm not going to say I threw a case, but I didn't mind losing a case. It didn't look.
Steve says it was good to see the conversation between you and Boyce. Hopefully we get more streams with you guys soon. That was a solid conversation. I appreciate you, Steve. Florida Panoramic says, you ever thought about interviewing Kai? You talking about Cool Kai? I think it's Kai. You pronounce it Kai? Says, I think it'll be dope. I know you a sneakerhead. Shout out to you. I appreciate it. No, I've never thought about it. If I did, I would make it exclusive just for the bag chasers. I'm not sure if I will make it public for the general public. Spaces says, all right now, Anton, you can have Sunday nights, but after church hours are mine. Shout out to your work ethic, bro. It's definitely motivational. Shout out to Spaces. I appreciate you for holding me down. So he's saying basically that he threw a case. So is it fair to say that Jay didn't want the other 1/3 of whatever shares that he held in Rocafella, which obviously affects reasonable doubt, to be in the hands of anybody just going to public auction, and so he did what he had to do in order to block the sale of it? Okay, that's basically what I'm interpreting it as. Okay, and that he didn't want to go into a war financially in order to be able to sell it at public auction, and so he basically said, okay, I'm not going to sell it.
Looked like I was trying to win. So I know y'all remember the depositions, and I'm flipping, and I'm going to the courtroom with my dog, and so I lost that case, so I would have a judgment. But I didn't think the judge they were gonna hit me that hard. You know what I'm saying? But I knew that this dude Chris Brown, who I had, the lawyer, who I went through 4 trials with this dude. In 1 year. I knew that the type of rodent that he is, that he would do anything he could to chase that judgment. So I publicized the case so much about reasonable doubt that I go get it. If I owe you money, go get it from them. So he basically did all the work. So he went to court and was like, yo, take your shit to auction. And, they were like, and as you notice, you read it in the paper, Jay and Biggs tried to stop that because they didn't want it to go to public auction because that's what I was trying to do, have it go to public auction. They went back and forth about 16
Shout out to Coach CGA Gang. Shout out to Coach Greg Adams.
times. And, of course, Rocafella Inc., Reasonable Doubt's money is paying for that. And finally, the judge was like, yo, he could sell his interest. Those bylaws that you put in 2021 are not applicable. You can't tell that man he can't
Applicable.
sell his private property, whether it's to pay a bill or whatever. So now I get to take it to auction like I originally wanted to. And it's like I have an order of protection against Jay and Biggs from trying to put a lawsuit on it. And now I could sell it.
It seems like the way that I would have set it up in any business transaction, if I'm a partner in something, is that I would always give myself the first right of refusal. You see what I'm saying? So if I'm in a partnership with somebody in which we start a company or we got a product or whatever like that, and you want to sell out your share in that product, the first thing that I would do is I would implement the first right of refusal to go for me. And then that would also include my ability to be able to match anybody that comes in and try to buy your shares, because I want the first stab at being able to purchase the product. Now, the way that you can tell that this is bitter, right? The way that you can tell that this is bitter is because in no point of this conversation do I hear him say, hey, I want to, or I offered it to them first, or I offered for them to be able to buy it first. The only thing that I see is him saying that I want to go to public auction or I want to sell my shares. But he's not saying that you know what I'm saying, it's a certain number I wanted to offer to them first. He's just saying, I'm going to sell my shares. And this is, in my opinion, where it starts to get personal, because the shit is now personal. It's not just business. It's going beyond business to being more personal. And that's when you start to get the game fucked up and the money start getting fucked up, because, it starts becoming a vendetta towards the person. And I'd rather sell it to them or sell it to them or take it to public auction or anything like that. I would let them go to public auction, and then I would just get my money up to make sure that I can bid for my own shit in order to own the other side of it.
To pay this cat whatever the judgment is, it's under $1 million, but who's trying to sell it for $1 million? So now, it's a good opportunity, and I like Harlem keeping it at Harlem, and
that shit is personal, bro. This shit is absolutely personal. I like Harlem keeping it Harlem. This shit is personal. This is beyond business, man. This is straight up like this is crazy. It's absolutely nuts. It's crazy. Christ. This nigga said I like Harlem keeping it Harlem. You know how much it mean to that dude, bro. This ain't even about money at this point. This ain't got nothing to do with good business. This ain't got nothing to do with money. This is 100% anger. And see, this is why I argue with you niggas. I argue with you niggas all the time, bro. I argue with y'all all the time. Ego, man. Ego, anger, and all of that stuff. It's like a bitter pill to swallow. It's something that's in you that tortures you, that makes it so bad, because when you let your animosity, this is why it's good for people to forgive. This is why it's good for people to forgive. Because if you don't forgive, that seed of anger within you will prevent you from getting the best, and you won't be able to move on with your life because you so busy and you so occupied with trying to prove people wrong or going back and forth with somebody and all of that. I don't want to live my life like that, bro. I genuinely don't want to live my life like that. I want to be able to remove how I feel from making a smart decision and just looking at it logically. And I may be passionate about something, but that don't mean that I'm going to prevent myself from being successful just because. That's crazy to me, man.
Maybe, maybe not. I mean, you know, allegedly,
Yeah, what it said allegedly.
but like, you know, but the point is, the Jay and them can't stop it. Period. Jay and Biggs can't stop it, and that was the whole purpose of making sure that it could go to auction publicly, and that because I don't really want to be a part of it so much anymore. I just want to sell it and fund my other businesses with it.
Get on with it. So,
But what I don't understand is why they fought so hard for, and still fighting for me not to sell it. Like, what's the big deal?
That's the question I wanted to ask. Like, okay, you suing me.
Why won't anybody ask him the pertinent question? Why won't you sell it back to Jay? That's the question. Nobody is asking a question. Ask him the question. Why won't you sell it back to Jay? Fuck the bullshit. Skip all of the insinuation, the allegedly, the hypotheticallys, and all of this shit, and beating around the bush and all of that. Why won't you just sell it back to him? You benefit as far as being able to get the money. He benefit because now he can get something that he worked hard on. See, this is, and then we want to talk about culture vultures. Man, it be your own fucking people, bro. It be your own people. They look, fuck culture vultures. The people that's gonna prevent you from really being able to get the stuff that's meaningful to you is the very ones that sit next to you. They don't give a fuck about no money, nigga. They will torpedo themselves in order to be able to burn you. They will torpedo themselves in order to burn you. Meanwhile, they'll be talking about how other motherfuckers shouldn't own people masters and all culture vultures and shit. Man, that shit is all ego, man. That shit is 100% ego. That's why, man, fuck that. Put it all on paper. I'm not aligning with people based off of identity politics. I ain't going based off of how long we've been cool. Nah, man, I need that paperwork. We're gonna do this business right. We're gonna get this shit right, and we're gonna do it 100% the way that we're gonna do it. And whatever we agree to on paper, that's what we're gonna roll with. But man, I'm telling you, bro. It's all ego, bro. It's all 100% ego.
Your friends that used to hustle.
Yeah.
And
That's
it's
what
a
I'm
lie.
saying.
It's a lie.
Yeah, you're suing me.
Yeah.
You're using my money to sue me. Mm-hmm. You're basically showing me that you don't want to have anything to do with me. We don't want to be.
No,
in
you just
business.
don't want me to get no money.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But if they don't want to do anything, you're not doing any more projects, you're not coming up with any more things, why not just go ahead and sell it and say, let's be done with it? Like, what do you think that they're holding on to?
I don't know. Well, if you notice, Reasonable Doubt's not heavily promoted. There's no real merch other than like when Biggs came home and did a Reasonable Doubt thing. Didn't call me about it. I didn't get $1 from it. But, you know, he doesn't promote it. I think, you know, I don't know. It's hard to make money from that asset if he's not marketing it. And also, if you notice, if you go to Reasonable Doubt right now, under the copyright, it will say S. Carter, but it should say Rocafella Inc. So I don't know. They're going so hard for me not to sell it that I'm thinking, like, did they get a loan against it and not tell me, or did he sell it or not? I don't know. Did he leverage it? But I just wish that if there was a play like that, they'd just call me. But they doing anything they can so that it can't be sold. But now the judge is like, yo, dead. So he can't stop it from being sold. So yeah, if I sell anything over the judgment, I keep.
So
it's like a real auction.
Yeah, it's a real auction. That's arguably, you know, hands down one of the best albums that the hip hop history has ever heard or ever seen. So do you think it has any, sentimental value to where they're like, yo, nah, we not selling it or
Whatever, man.
but I mean that is an album that
Dame don't give a fuck. He don't give a fuck. He don't care about no sentiment. It's whatever, man. It's whatever. It's just whatever. He know it ain't making no money. All of that. He like whatever, bro. I don't give a fuck.
you guys all put the money up. And so that's what got me so bewildered because you put your money in, he put his money in. Like I should be able to do whatever I want. Like why would you hold me against doing what I want if I put my money up? And I look at it and I see it's a lot of times why
They've been fucking my money up for years, bro. Like, every time I'm about to make a sale, he does something. He did it with Rockware. We're about to sell it. And then he makes an announcement that he's not going to be a part of Rockware, that he's doing S. Carter, so it fucked the sale up. But I would have made $40 million off that. Tommy Hilfiger was about to buy it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Remember we had Armadale way before
Armadale
Ciroc?
Vodka, yeah.
But we have a vodka, but then he goes and does the ad with Belvedere. And I'm like, well, how would you do an ad with Belvedere and we have our own?
See, and that's what. Okay, see how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? If those that are still on the
Who was the interviewer? Have y'all heard the interviewer before? I don't know him.
streets, then if you understand the lingo, then let me break it down to you. So basically, we all hustled together. You got money together, but y'all don't want to see me get no money. But you're not fucking with me. And I mean, like, in the streets, we call that hate. I'm gonna keep it $1 with you.
If you ask somebody, I'm the one hating. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm
like,
gonna just keep it $1 with you because over the years they have always tried to portray you as the villain when it comes to the business of Rocafella or any type of business. You know what I'm saying? But from what I see and from what I've seen, you think 10 years ahead of everybody else.
Yeah.
You're not, and you've always preached of put my own dough up. I'm gonna put my own money up, and it's a better feeling. And you have been doing that. So I just don't understand if you're doing everything yourself. Why do cats want to hate and not see you make no money?
You said that's a music artist. His name is let me see, Greg G. I don't know who he is. He might be super successful. Greg G, the Golden Child. Is that his name? That's not him. Who is Greg G? I don't know him. Only thing I'll see him on is this American New Network. I don't see nothing from him. I don't know who he is. Y'all saying that he an artist. I don't know who he is. I'll do some research later, I guess.
If you're not hurting them and I'm not in your fucking lane.
More than likely so they could get the credit for the things that I do. You understand what I mean? So, I set certain businesses up and people want to run off with them. It always happens like that. I think it's a dude trait, but even neither here nor there. I'm just celebrating the fact that I can freely sell it, and that I have the option to sell it to Cam and Mep and Mace, and I'm not saying that I haven't. I'm saying I like the past pause the torch, and I like what they've done. They didn't fold. Cam and Mace, they from Harlem. We all came up together, and it would be fun to see them running Rocafella Inc.
Yeah.
And you remember there was always that vice president thing.
Yeah, that vice president thing.
I'm Cam. Now you could be the CEO.
For real.
And it ain't shit they could say about it.
Not a damn.
Not zero.
That's crazy to me. The Do Better podcast with Theo Coop. Shout out to Do Better podcast with Theo Coop. Says random, but I caught you back and forth with Boyce about the K's disrespect after his passing. You were 100% right. I made some videos about it when it happened, and I emailed you the receipts. Shout out to the Do Better podcast with Theo Coop. Thank you, my friend, for holding me down. Yeah, I mean, once I get my shit off and once we have a conversation, I don't have nothing else negative to say about you. Now, I can't speak for anybody else. I don't know what his conversations is like with anybody else. All I know is when me and him chopped it up, and we chopped it up face to face, and we jumped on a live stream together, and we got our thoughts off, and we apologized to each other at the end and said that we was gonna move forward. As far as I'm concerned, that shit is dead. So I told him what I thought. He told me what he thought. It's not a matter of agreeing or disagreeing. Is that we came to a conclusion, and we keeping it moving. So I don't have nothing. I don't have nothing negative to say about Boyce. Now that doesn't mean that if he has an opinion on something that I may not react to it, agree or disagree. But in a general sense, I don't feel no type of way about Boyce. I don't agree with him on a lot of things still. But I don't feel no type of way about him because we talked about what we talked about. So shout out to you. I appreciate you. JP says, AD, you fried Boyce on his own live today. Salute. We was just having a conversation. Steve says, Dame said Jay offered him 1.5 and he wanted more. Brutally honest, good bread says, the enemy is in your own household. That's all on all levels, family, friendship. Salute AD, much respect for Mr. Goodbread and the righteous fear. Shout out to Mr. Goodbread, brutally honest, Goodbread. I appreciate you, fam, and thank you for holding me down. And you know what I'm saying, showing some love. Make sure y'all go and check out these people's platforms that support the platform because they absolutely have good platforms, and I support all content creators.
We have an order of protection, a police escort that I can sell that shit for whatever I want. They can't stop me as long as this dickhead pause is paid, Chris. You know what I'm saying? The judgment, and the rest is me. So but again, even if like somebody else wants it, I'm gonna lean toward my niggas. But again, I ain't, allegedly.
Yeah,
But what do you
allegedly.
do? But they, it's just fun to see us years later in this sort of position of power that I could just be like, yo, y'all want that? And they could just go get it, pause. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I think that's something that
Or
everybody in
I
the
could,
world wants.
and I like that when like right now I'm in my own studio. You remember, we FaceTime him and they in their studio.
For some funny interactions.
We
the
always
most
gonna
best.
be Harlemish about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think they add value to it. I'm not gonna say they don't. You know what I mean?
No, I think they're real genuine with it just by the relationship and the respect.
So basically, he confirming that he sold it to Mace. I mean, he's confirming it without officially confirming it, which Mace and Cameron basically already said, and he's basically saying that it's theirs, and so they own a third, the 1/3 of it, and they going from there. Let me see the rest of
That you
this.
guys have. That's why, and
Well,
the way I look at that project, I say that would be the Mona Lisa picture of rap. Reasonable doubt.
and I could bring the whole Harlem in to take control. Why not? Why not let Harlem do what Harlem got to do?
Hey, man,
But
it's a Harlem season.
And for me, it's like, honestly, I want to move on with my life. I got America New. We have our own network, Blue Rock Music Group. You've been here. You've seen all this music. I'm doing a television network, but we just made about 16 dope different albums with different artists, all live instrumentation from all over the country.
And they're the next up.
They next up. So it's almost like, for me, it's like we putting out a single this week, Punch You in Your Face, with Nicolette and my man Wes Barnett and his
Shout
daughter.
out to Wes, man. Shout out to Wes, man.
And it's funny, right? I get to go to a public auction. That doesn't even, that's what it is. But and nobody will get that except unless you know what I'm saying. And we're putting out, a single and albums, every month, every week. So from then we got Redemption, then we got the Trip Summit, we got Micah DaVinci, then we got Christian Vay, we got Booster,
I don't know who these people are. Is it another part of this that I need to review? Is it another part of this that I need to review? I just want to know, so that I can go from there. I want to make sure. that I got the entire context before I give my little insignificant and irrelevant opinion. If there is another part of this that I, and if not, then we can move on. 34 minutes to 41 minutes. All right, where's the 34-minute mark?
It's Vlad. It's all of them combined. It's like they have little meetings, like, well, how we gonna stop Dame? But the thing about it is, love protects me. And if you notice, every time someone tries to say something bad about me, to me, something good happens. Because when you
36
fight for
minutes.
love,
36 minutes to 41 minutes. All right, let's go to the 36-minute mark. Not 34, 36.
you feel what I'm saying? Like it's a mental and physical
But like,
exposure there. Like you could get mad and get cute, and you don't want to do that. You're not going to be able to con me verbally. You're just going to have to deal with what you did or what I, make it make sense. That's why I'm like, yo, y'all took me to court. Y'all didn't even call me before you took me to court. Just tell me why.
we could have had a combo.
What's that combo going to look? Oh, I just wanted to stop you from making money. Like, what could be or like I said, I hope they didn't get a loan against it. That's the type of shit that Trump just got in trouble for inflating the value and getting loans against things and inflating the value. You get a big fine for that. But I don't know why they did that. But I really was like, yo, y'all really taking me to court? So I would love to know, Steve Stout, why you did what you did. Leor, why you did what you did. Jay, why you did what you did. Irv, why you say what you say and do what you do. You know what I'm saying?
And I would think
and
that
so many others. I would love to have a manly conversation.
I would think after so many years that conversation should be,
I-
what I'm saying, up on the table, up for grabs.
I just think it's because I didn't deserve it. All I did was help everybody. Or, like I said, if you see me yelling at people and they said, damn, you've only seen me yelling at administrators, people trying to hurt my culture. That's all you saw highlight flicks of me, is getting at Kev Lyles or yelling at Julie Greenwald or yelling at someone that's actually trying to take out. You don't see me yelling at Jay or Kanye or beefing with
Yeah, the dry snitching is wild, but I ain't even gonna mention that yet. We'll get to that. I want to hear the whole thing.
nobody. I might tease Clue here and there, but you never saw me like really going ham on no artists. I was going ham on people that were trying to take advantage of artists.
And now that I think about it, I've really never ever seen you really argue with no. You're right.
You've been around me. Look how I treat artists. I protect them.
we
I
have
make
a
sure
great-
they eat well.
we have a great time.
Right? That's what I don't
We
do.
have a great
but you know
time.
what'll happen? Somebody will come around my back, offer them $5 million, and tell them to hate me, and that's what they'll do.
Let me get Slimmy up here. What's up, Slimmy?
What up, bro?
Chillin'.
Hey, man.
What do you think about this?
I know you don't like Dame.
It's not that I don't like him. I just don't. This bitter shit is
but
crazy, bro.
but I
How
do
come niggas
understand.
can't just go on and
Yeah,
why it
I
gotta
understand.
be they give him 5 million and tell him to hate me? Like, I just don't think that a nigga is that important for somebody. It's just fucking
I
crazy.
understand your perspective because you in business. You do business like this. But I also see Dame's perspective because he's a loyal dude. You know what I'm saying? And the problem with people
He's
like
loyal
him,
to
like,
himself.
well, he's loyal to people that's loyal to him too, though. You know what I'm saying?
What
Once you
what it
cross him,
what? Okay, I'm gonna let you get your thoughts
once
off. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you say.
once you cross him, and he thinking you family, now you the enemy. You
Okay,
know what I'm
cool.
saying?
So what about the people that felt like he crossed them? Because here's the difference. Outside of Steve Stout, nobody says anything about Dame.
Yeah,
Nobody says anything about Dame. Like nobody is going around doing a bunch of interviews saying anything about Dame. Jay don't say nothing about Dame. Biggs don't say nothing about Dame. They're living their life.
well,
So
Mike.
because see, listen, we're only getting it from one perspective. We only getting it from the dude that's running around on every other platform. Shout out to MC Heavy Tits. I appreciate you, baby girl. We only getting it from one perspective of a guy that's telling one side of the story. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? The other guys ain't running around putting out all of their personal business to the general public. How do we
well,
know that everything that he's saying is 100% exactly what it is?
that I don't know, but you do have context clues that everybody else is telling the same story as well. Kanye's telling the same story. Beans has told the same story.
Steve
Rewind.
Stout ain't. Steve Stout telling a different story. But more
Steve Stout
importantly, it
still.
don't matter. But listen, it don't matter about what Beans and fucking Kanye is saying. The three people that matter the most is only one person that's talking. Biggs, J, Dame. Dame is the only person talking.
Yeah, because Big. Well, Biggs and Jay, they still.
But it doesn't
You know.
mean, but what I'm saying is it's always, listen, if a guy come to me and he says, and I had this conversation with people on a regular basis, completely unrelated to this. If a guy come to me and he says, hey man, Anton, yeah, man, my baby mama, I had to get rid of her. For whatever reason, I think that her story is going to be a little bit different than his story, and then it's going to be the truth somewhere in there in the middle. I don't think it's only going to go one way.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that completely. But if you go back and you just study the history behind Jay, it's always this. The people that he like disowns people that actually helped him. You know what I'm saying? He just disowned them and just
Then how come?
see
How come?
Smith Bleak.
All of the no. How come
Oh,
all of
hold
the
on.
people that he originally Tata, all of them people? How come they still? How come he don't disown none of them?
I don't. It's only let's
Because you
see.
can't just say that. Because
Give me
all of
the.
the people that he originally knew is rocking with him.
Uh I don't know about that because Jazzo's not rocking with him.
Jazzo was hold on. You just skipped over the whole Emery, Tata. None of them dudes traded against him. How come we not adding them into the conversation?
I don't ever hear them speak, and I don't know.
Right, because they not talking. Like they just winning.
But I don't ever see them on platforms though either. You know what I'm
Because
saying?
they
I've
not
seen.
chatty patties.
You might be right, but I mean, I've seen Jazzo on platforms, and he's speaking on things, and it don't. It just sounds kind of shady.
What's
You know what
shady?
I'm? It just the whole thing. First off, the name. You know what I'm saying? He claims that the nigga just took his image and style and ran with it.
Oh my
I
god.
don't know if that's true or not.
Come
I
on.
wasn't around. I'm just saying.
Come
It's
on,
obvious
man. Is this what we
he ain't.
doing?
No. I'm
We
just saying,
talking
like,
about business, doing good business, right? As far as, yo, do I owe you anything? Because a
nah,
lot of
we
these
talking about
niggas is grown fucking
you.
men that need to be able to stand on their own 2 feet. And for some reason, they feel like this nigga owed him something.
Well, the thing is though, that shit is so these guys aren't necessarily just speaking on the business of things. They're speaking on their relationship as well. You could tell that's why it becomes personal because they had a relationship or they thought they had a relationship and it was
How
a
long are
little bit.
relationships supposed to last?
Now that I don't know. I don't know, bro. Like that, I don't know. But when all
That's
right,
all I'm
so if
asking. How long are relationships supposed to last?
well, if you think someone is your friend and y'all coming up together and y'all done made it, what
I
do you
got
think it's
friends
gonna be?
that I'm still cool with high school, but that don't mean that we still do. That don't mean that we still in touch and contact and shit like that. I moved in a different direction. They moved in a different direction. I don't owe them nothing.
Was y'all doing business though?
Yeah, some of us.
Okay, so did the business go left?
No. It was just we all did okay, and then we kept it moving.
Well, no one's complaining. They ain't got
But
nothing
no,
bad to
some
say.
people can come back and say, "But Anton, you blew the fuck up." You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Are
So
are they
how come you
saying that though?
ain't taking me with you?
Are they saying that though?
No, they not.
That's a different. Then that's a different
Because I don't
scenario.
owe them nothing though.
Okay, so let me say this: are y'all still in the same type of business, doing the
No,
same type of thing?
no,
Oh, okay, so different then. So then
yeah.
it's different. So then it's a totally different scenario. But
But the point is that I like listen. we moved in different directions. If they would, if and some of them is super successful too, right? Some of them just regular, some of them super successful. But I don't feel like they owe me nothing because I may have gave them a leg up or some visibility or you know what I'm saying, help them with their marketing plan or whatever like that. That don't mean that they owe me nothing. I did that off the strength. I did that off of love. I did that because we was cool. Now I can't come back and say, hey man, you blew up. Why you ain't looking out for me? What do you mean? That's they shit.
no, I agree with you there. But Dame and Jay are still in the same business, damn near. And if you
How?
listen, they're still in the music industry. They're still both in the music industry. They still
Oh no no. Oh,
create.
you talking about are they in are me and my old friends in the some of us are still in a similar industry? Absolutely. In the
Oh,
industry itself, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Well, that's
Are we in the
well,
same business? Like, are we business partners? Absolutely not.
no. No, I just mean the same industry. That's my fault.
What up, love is
But
the
yeah,
word.
so then that
Man,
well,
honestly, bro, I don't know, man. Listen. It's been people that I believe that we did bad business, right? And that I felt like I got done dirty or I caught the bad end of the deal. Could I have went after them? 100%. 1,000%. Did I? No, because I don't give a fuck. Because see me, I'm like, you know what? They are what they are. I am what I am. Let them do their thing. If they that good, then then they could compete with me.
mm,
If they that good, then let them compete with me. Fuck it.
mm,
I don't even give a fuck about what I built or what it is that we did together and anything like that. I don't give a fuck. I'm so busy focused on me that I'm not worried about what these niggas is doing. I'm just on some listen. If you that good, then do it again. If it was you and it wasn't me, because I know it was me, then do it again. Or compete
I,
with me. Or show me how
no,
good you are.
I feel that 1,000.
I'm not tripping off of that shit. Like I'm just on some as a matter of fact, I'm so not tripping off of it that I even had a conversation with niggas and I'm like, listen, God bless you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't never gonna be nothing personal, none of that shit. Like, God bless you. I hope you niggas do well. Have a good time. Because I'm definitely gonna run it up on my side. I ain't tripping. I don't give a fuck. Like I forgave niggas. I forgave niggas so much that I left so much on the fucking table.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
I
So
left it
once
on the table. I didn't give a fuck.
so once you moved on, you ain't never stopped. You ain't never stopped nobody from getting no money though.
Hell
No,
no. Why would I?
not in your,
Because I don't give a
that's
fuck.
that's not in your character.
But I could have because it was rightfully mine.
Right, but that's not in your character.
But I wouldn't have been wrong if I would have went for what's rightfully mine.
Oh, I see where you're going.
You see
I
what
see
I'm
where you
saying?
see where you going. I
The
see where
point
you
of the
going.
matter, the point that I matter is that I just don't give a fuck. Like I'm so focused on me that I'm not tripping on what other niggas is doing.
And that might be Dame's problem.
I'd rather spend more time talking on me than I am talking about, you know what I'm saying, of what niggas is doing to me.
That might be Dame's problem. That might be his problem. He cared too much. He cared too much.
And for me, it's like, listen, I have to make a decision. And my decision from the business perspective is this. I could spend time and money and resources going after you, or I could spend time, money, and resources on continuing to build me. And so
Mm,
I chose the latter. And ain't no love lost. Ain't no problems, ain't no issues. It's just keep it moving.
I might have to agree with you there. Maybe Dame is he's spending too much time dwelling in the past and think
Think about it. Him mentioning what he got going on is an afterthought to what him mentioning and spending his time talking about the shit that, you know what I'm saying, the shit in the past.
Hmm. Yeah, that could be what's holding him back. He don't sound healthy though either. So I don't know what's going on. He got a crazy ass cough, like on this video you
Oh,
showed.
Dave.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
I don't know nothing about his health. I don't know no shit about that. What's
You
wrong with
know?
him? He got health problems.
No, I don't know. He just sound like that cough like he got, man. It just and his voice, it just sound crazy now.
He might just have a cold.
Nah, he sound like this every interview.
Do
You ain't
he?
noticed that? Yeah, his voice wasn't like this raspy before.
I don't
Yeah,
know. Mm-mm.
yeah, like when he was coughing, man, like he sounded kind of crazy, man.
Well, I hope he live a long life. I don't want nothing to happen to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
don't
don't.
be
I
in no.
don't want to wish. Two things I don't wish on a nigga. I don't wish jail, and I don't wish death on a nigga.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't believe in that.
And, oh, three things. I don't wish jail. I don't wish jail, death, and I don't wish a nigga to go broke either. I think people should have a right to be able to feed their family, regardless of whether or not you got to disagree with agreement with them. So,
Yeah, always got to be able to hold
yeah,
yourself down.
yeah.
People,
I may disagree with you fundamentally, but I ain't never gonna disagree with your ability to feed your family and no shit like that. So,
hell no. But no, you might have me looking at things a different way. I mean, I always feel like Dame is always outspoken, but he seems as if he's a genuine person.
yeah.
And and then when you take things personal, and I know that because I take stuff personal. When you take things
Do
personal,
you, Slimmy?
yeah, I take things personal, man. Hell yeah.
Why?
I don't know, man. I guess I don't know. Maybe it's because I show so much love to people. You
What do
know,
you mean
like
by you take stuff personal? What does that mean by you take stuff personal?
so say if it's a situation where uh where I feel like I'm showing someone love, and I just do things just because just do things just out of the generosity of my heart.
Hmm.
You know, so later on down the road, you know, you act like you don't even know me. You know what I'm saying? Like in a public setting, like I'm gonna take that shit personal. I ain't gonna lie. Like
Really? Why?
because I feel like if I extend my hand and I shake your hand, like publicly, I fuck with you behind closed doors too. Like I'm not gonna never shake nobody hand who I don't rock with ever. I've never done that, and I never will. I'm never gonna do that. I don't do no fake shit. If I fuck with you, I fuck with you 1,000%. So I don't ever expect anyone to treat me a certain way if I'm telling you and I rock with you. Like I just like once you cross a certain boundary with me, I don't like that shit, bro. I'm gonna be honest. But that's like part of the reason why I'm not in the music industry though too. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because I just take things too personal, man. Like and a lot of times shit is business with people. And it's never personal.
Nah, you got to remove that. You got to remove your perspective about the personal side. In my opinion, you got to remove the personal from the business.
Yeah, that might be my motherfucking problem.
Because if you can't remove the personal, then it's gonna be difficult for you to evolve from a business perspective.
Yeah, because a lot of people they told me I was loyal to a fault, and like some of the people that I was loyal to, they just they weren't moving the right way, and I was just and I wouldn't release them,
Yeah,
and it gave me some problems later on. You know what I'm saying? So I
yeah.
just gotta learn
I
how.
got you. Got to let that junk go, bro.
Yeah, I gotta learn how to just be like, hey, fuck it, it's business. Just because you shake somebody's hand, it don't mean that it's genuine from on their end. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
I just
remove it. I just remove my thoughts and my perspective toward people, and I focus 100% on the growth side of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I just gotta move different, and that's Dame. That this is exactly what Dame's issue is. But he's dealing with a way larger scale of things. Plus, I feel like I also know Dame. I'm pretty sure Dame he might be racist. He might be. Yeah, I know he don't like. I know he don't like them people. I know he don't. I
Yeah,
know he
I
don't.
don't have none of that in my heart, bro. I don't have none of that for people. I think the extent of it for me is that I have a list of the things that I want to accomplish based off of the things that I've said that people said that I couldn't do.
Mm,
But it's not towards them personally. It just motivates me to continue to push. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I can't because I feel like that stifles my blessings.
mm. It's a good point, man. You ain't never too old to learn, even though I'm a couple years older than you.
Yeah, I mean, it
Always-
do. I feel like it slow me down because if I give energy towards that, then it's taking my energy out towards the things that I need to be putting towards. You know what I'm saying? The success part.
mm.
So I can't
Yeah,
I can't give energy towards stuff that's not adding value into my life.
I'm about to take that with me, man. You
Yeah,
always got some wisdom,
yeah,
and
man.
especially
You got to look at it. You got to look at everything like stoic from a business perspective, and not letting that emotion, you know what I'm saying, ruin your opportunities.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna see this change. I ain't gonna be old. I ain't gonna be old enough to not see the change in me.
Yeah, yeah,
I know
yeah.
that we ain't old enough to see.
Uh, all right, so let me get out of here.
All right, Brody.
All
I'll
right.
holla at you. Yep.
Um, I'm gonna get into the Tia Mowry thing real quick, but before that, let me get these super chats. Shout out to MC. Says hello, Mr. Anton. What's up, baby girl? How you doing, Heavy? I appreciate you. Timeout says Dame Dash estimated net worth is 100K. Is he in the right music industry? Don't go by what y'all see on the internet. You know what I'm saying? So you can't go by that. That celebrity net worth stuff, it's not real. It's not accurate. You can't go by that. I wouldn't say that at all. I think that he's worth way more than 100,000. And Nell says people talk when they need a paycheck. That's one way to look at it. I'm sick of Dame Dash, Damon Wayans, Damon Williams. You don't like all of the Dames? Matt Damon and the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Sick of hearing about a millionaire complaining about a bad deal that he signed. I'm 100% with you on that one. Julius Jermaine says Jazzo does rock with Jay. Go back and listen to the DJ Vlad and the Drink Champs interview. They want to make it seem like everybody hate Jay. I don't believe that. Kenneth Percival said Big Coach Dame is a diabetic. Oh, yeah, but just because you diabetic doesn't mean that you can't solve for that junk. You can eat different. You can have a different lifestyle as long as you keep your sugar and stuff what it's supposed to be. You'll have a better perspective, or you can have a better experience of what that is. Let me see. Big Coach Dame is a diabetic. You gotta turn your stuff off.
I
What up, Fi?
did.
What up, Fi?
Yo, what up, nigga?
Chilling, chilling. What's the word?
Bro, how you saying you saying he should have just one gripe about what you saying. You saying he should have reached out to Jay and tried to sell it to him first? That's what you were saying at one point?
Yeah, I would give the person who actually created the work the first right of refusal.
Yeah, that's but you that should have been put in writing when they first did the deal. Remember they did it
I
when they
agree.
was like 20,
I agree.
in the 20s.
Yeah, I agree. But then he also talks about giving people their stuff back and culture vultures and all of that. And so I think that it is hypocritical because based off of what he says, it's obviously conditional depending on how he feels about the person.
No, Jay. I don't know if he offered it to Jay at first, but Jay made an offer for 1.5 mil or something. You know, he tried lowballing, so that's why Jay couldn't get it.
So why? So what was
So
the
then
counter?
after that
What was the counter offer?
I don't know what the counter offer was. That they it just came
So
out
how
that
can
he
you
offered
how
him
can you say
1.5.
that if you don't know all of the details though? Because if I'm actually interested in both benefiting and getting your stuff back, then I will counteroffer, right? That's usually how a negotiation goes. No, it never goes one way. It starts off one way, and then you hit it with a counteroffer, and then hopefully at some point y'all can come to a conclusion or meet in the middle.
Yeah, not if they disrespect you on the first offer. Maybe if he felt like if
You
he felt
always changing the
disrespectful at that first
term.
offer.
You always changing it
That's
depending.
not changing it.
You are changing it because you're changing it based
1.5 for
off
Rock.
of how you feel. And so what I've noticed about you in this situation is that you don't look at things logically because you like Dame. You're not evaluating this objectively. You're evaluating this based off of how you feel about Dame. And so when you do that, you remove your ability to be able to make the best business decision because you're doing it emotionally. You're not doing it logically. And this is the thing that I teach people all the time. When you're doing something or you're going to something or you're making a decision, remove your emotion of how you feel about somebody in order to make a logical decision because that's what men do. Men don't react based off of emotion. They react even if you're just looking at it from a business perspective. If you want the best possible outcome for yourself, then you react based off of logic. Even though everybody and all of us have emotions, you cannot let your emotions control you in making a smart decision. And so no matter what happens, if somebody makes me an offer, I always say, hey, this is what my terms is. This is what I'm looking to get. This is what my counter offer is, if that's something that I'm actually looking to do. That's just me personally.
Right. I don't see how this emotion, but I'm saying that 1.5 would be disrespectful for his half of or his third of
So what was the
Rockefeller.
counter offer?
We don't know the counter offer. That's I
I
don't
don't look
you
at
you
anything as disrespect from a business perspective. It's just an offer. Disrespect comes with how you feel about somebody when they say something or do something. That don't have nothing to do with business.
right, but I'm just saying the 1.5 they obviously didn't agree about the 1.5. So now
So
he
what
wants
was
it
the
to go to
counter offer?
auction. I don't know. We don't know the counter offer, AD. That's
So
what I'm
how can you
saying.
speak on something that you don't know?
You don't know the counter offer either. I'm just saying
I
that
agree.
he
That's what I'm
offered.
saying. That's why I'm saying that I don't know, so I can't speak on that specifically.
No, but
What
you
I, but what
I'm
I
telling
do
you that.
know, but what I do know is that he often speaks on the culture and how he's trying to do things for the culture, but we only getting it on one side, right? And so objectively, if it's me and I'm speaking hypothetically, I'm going to say, well, here is my counteroffer.
Right. Well, we don't know what happened with that, so we can't speak to it. I'm just saying the only thing that
Right.
came out
He's
public was
voluntarily giving all of the rest of the details. He's gonna say whatever the fuck is gonna happen with every single other detail. Why would he leave that detail out?
I don't know that he didn't speak on the 1.5. That just became public. It wasn't him that said,
So
"Hey,
who
Jay
said it?
offered me 1.5." It was the
So
article
who said
written.
it then?
Yeah, I just saw it written. Somebody said it. It
Well,
some
how
I
do
don't
you even
remember
know
the
that it's true?
publication. I'm
How do you
going
even
off
know that
what
it's
was
true?
posted. AD, it
No, no, no,
came
no, no,
out.
no, no. No. Who
It
said that?
was news that it was 1.5. This was years
Who?
ago. I didn't write it down.
Who?
Yeah, like you're not even letting me talk.
Who? I'm asking who.
I don't know, Anton. It was years ago. It was a couple years ago at this point when they was talking about when
So
he was
just
talking
because
about
somebody
selling.
write an article don't mean it is true. That's just like a
So
blog. That's just like a website. That don't mean it is true. If you can't cite the source, but you're using that in order to justify your argument of disrespect, then it don't hold weight
I
because
didn't
it
say
didn't.
that he disrespected him. I'm saying he might have took that as disrespect and he didn't counter offer and he
But
just
we
said,
don't
no,
even
it's
know if
cool.
it's true, so
And
it doesn't matter. None of this is real to me. The only thing we can go off of is what we know. What we can source from is if Dame said it. If Dame, I thought you were saying it because Dame said that. If this is just some random article that you're citing that's not even relevant to the conversation, then how can we even include this?
all right, well, either way, like I mentioned to you the other night, Jay robbed him with the Rockaware deal.
We not. That's
And
wait,
what
wait, 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 wait.
listen,
Stop,
listen,
stop,
and
stop, 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 stop.
uh,
This is a completely different conversation. We are talking about the offer and a possible counter offer. But the shit that you're saying and you presenting is not even real because we can't even substantiate who said that.
you're not letting me talk, so just go ahead.
It's you're presenting something that's not real. You talking about well, if and when and hypothetically, and
I'm
it
not
could have been
saying
it
if
could have been
nothing. I'm saying he
disrespectful.
Listen, I'm saying he robbed him previously on a deal. He just spoke about another deal. He said with the Tommy Hilfiger thing, and he went with S. Dot Carter and messed up that deal. Then later on, I mentioned the deal in '07 where he bought Dame out for the 22 mil and then sold it for the 204.
So we moving to
Like he
go.
robbed him. I'm not moving anything. I'm just giving you examples of this stuff that they went through prior. So if you robbed me before on deals, why would I think that 1.5 is good? Like, why would I take
Well,
that
you
first
still speak
deal? Like,
on
I
the
don't know that. I
1.5
don't know
as
if
though you know that that's real.
you said that he should have offered it to Jay. I'm saying that what I've heard or what I've read was that they did have talks about it, and it was only 1.5 that was discussed. Even
But
so,
you
either
speak on a
I'm
rumor.
arguing.
It's not real.
Listen, I'm saying either we don't know that it's not real. You
We
saying it's
we
not real
can't
because it
use
was
that
all.
in you can't use that in an argument based off of something that you think. We only can speak off of things that we know. That's a
But you're
rumor.
saying. But you're biased with Jay, so you're not. So even if Dame
I'm
said
not
it
biased of
out his
anything. I
mouth,
don't
you
give a
still
fuck about what happened. I'm just talking
no.
about it
But
from a business perspective.
I know. But I'm saying even if Dame said it, you still been questioning everything Dame saying because Jay not saying it, even though Jay don't do interviews. So we got to go off is Dame.
Well,
That's
you
what I'm
just said that
saying.
Dame didn't say it. So what difference do it make?
I'm just saying even if he did say it, you still would count.
I don't do
You still
ifs.
would question it.
Why are we talking about ifs and it's not real?
So what you want me to find the article that said the 1.5? Yeah, so if
I'm
I pull up the
asking you,
article, you're
where
gonna
did it come
say
from?
Dame should have said. It was years ago. I don't remember, but I know somebody else said it in the chat too. They was like he offered him 1.5.
I don't go by the chat. I only go by, you're talking to me. I'm not going off the chat.
Yes,
And I'm asking you, where did you get that from?
I just told you the art. Yeah, I told you it was articles written on it. It was news. I don't remember every single news article that posted it. AD. You focusing on one thing, trying to like pinhole on that one part of the argument, but
No,
I'm
I'm
just
saying that
saying,
I don't
why
speak
is
off
he
of
wrong for?
hypotheticals. I'm trying to
I'm
understand where.
saying my question is why do you if that's not in the contract? My main question I was calling to ask, but that we can't really get to. I'm just asking why do you think he wrong for not? If you said it's not in the contract that they got first right of, they got the first right to buy it or whatever,
Mhm.
then why is he wrong for not offering it to them first, especially
Because
if him and
that's
Jay already had bad business prior? He's just
because
putting it up for public auction. Why is that bitter to do that? And you heard him say in this interview you just covered that he given like Rockefeller members first right of refusal. So how is that bitter towards Jay? Like
no,
I
he
didn't
didn't. He
understand
didn't
that
say
part
he
that you were
giving.
saying.
He didn't say he was giving Rockefeller members the first right of refusal. That's not what he said.
Mason Cam is Rockefeller. Well, Cam is. Yeah, Cam a Rockefeller member. So what you mean? How isn't it?
He said he was keeping it Harlem. He never said
He
that he was
all
giving. He never said that he was giving Rockefeller members the first right of refusal. You making it up as you go.
I'm not making anything up. Cam not part of Rockefeller? That's what I'm talking about.
See, you adding stuff in. He did not say he was giving them first right of refusal. He
He
said he
did at the
wants to
one
keep
part.
it.
Go ahead. When he said anybody else can buy it too, but either way, I'm going to give reference to my niggas. And he was talking about Mason Cam. So Cam is Rockefeller. That's what I'm referring to. He said that specifically in one part of the interview.
I,
So
I
yeah,
think
he
that
didn't sell it to just Joe
he
Smo.
related to Deion Sardines. I think that Five Brown might be related to Dame Dash also.
No, I'm not. No, it's no. I like Dame, but I love you. I love Dame. That's what I'm. We just. It's just a conversation.
He
I didn't
said
get that part.
Harlem.
He said Harlem, but I'm saying, but Cam is part of Rockefeller. That's what I'm referring to. I'm saying he said he was giving reverence to them because of the personal relationship. He's not just selling it to me or you, somebody who has no affiliation just to get back at Jay. So it's not. I didn't get what you were saying. That part was it was personal or bitter or whatever you were saying.
Oh,
That's
okay.
all. That's what I was asking.
I agree. I don't know what his relationship is with Dame Chat.
The
I don't.
chat is going, they going to side with you. They going, most of them, but a couple
Well,
people like
it ain't
getting what
sad
I'm
to
saying.
me. It's just a question. I'm trying to understand it because
No, I just asked the question. Yeah, we went
listen,
circles around the block.
for
I
me
just was asking,
personally,
why was it?
I don't believe in all of the emotions. I believe in making a smart
What
business.
emotions? Yeah. All right. So what was the report that he sold the Cam and Mace for? Did the number come out yet?
He didn't mention what he sold nothing for.
Okay, because I remember you covered that a couple days ago, but I missed that part. I got in late. I
I
didn't know
didn't
if they
say what he
discussed
said
any
he
numbers.
sold it for. I never
Yeah,
mentioned
I
it.
didn't know. I missed that segment when you covered the Cam and Mace part. That's why I'm asking. Did they mention any numbers? So if anything north of the alleged 1.5 that Jay offered them that's a win for Dame. That's all I'm saying.
Oh,
Because you
okay.
saying and if he sold it for 5 to them two, then that's better than 1.5. So
Again, we
but I
speaking
don't
on
get the
things that
emotion
we
stuff.
don't.
I'm not, I'm just
Again,
asking questions.
you speaking emotionally right now because you don't know what he sold it for. He never
I don't
said
know
that
what
he sold it for
I didn't.
anything. So why are we speaking on something
I
that
said
we don't?
anything north of the J offer is a win. How is that emotional? I'm saying anything north of that is a win.
But
That's
you
no
don't know
emotions in
if
there.
that is even the case. He could have sold it for less than that. And
He could have.
secondly, you're still speaking on something that you can't reference, is you don't know where it came from as far as this 1.5. You still saying this number, and you still leaning on this number. You don't know though.
Yeah, I don't remember the article. It was a couple years ago. It wasn't yesterday's news. It just it was just it was a couple. What was that? I think it was 2020 or 2021. I'm sure you don't
I
remember
don't know.
every article you read from that.
I haven't ever read an article about that in general.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw that somewhere. So I just wanted to bring that up. Just because you said you didn't know when you was bringing up that he should have offered it to Jay first.
If if it's me, I'm gonna give the
Hmm.
first right of refusal to the person whose work it is. That's
Right.
just me personally. I'm
Yeah, just
always
like
gonna give the opportunity for the person to come up with or reject. And that's anybody that I'm in a business with. If I'm in a business with somebody, regardless of how I feel about them, and I decide that I want to exit the business, I would always give the option to give 100% control based off of a number that possibly we can negotiate the first right of refusal to the person that I'm in business with. That's just me personally. That's how I do business. I don't do shit to
right.
spite people. That's not me. I don't let my emotions get involved in the business. I'm never going to hurt myself or prevent myself from being as successful as possible or do bad business in any way, shape, and form because that's a reflection on me. Fuck what they talking about on that side. I can't have anybody sullying my name based off of how I do business. That's why there's nobody, not one person in history that can ever come up and say publicly, hey, Anton ever did me dirty, or Anton slighted me, or Anton didn't pay me, or Anton didn't do this, because that is a reflection on me. I'm more concerned about me than I am about how you feel about me. And so I'm always going to do business the right way. That way, nobody can come back and say that I didn't do them right. And so I'm
Right.
going to give by default, if I want to start this business with you and I decide to exit, I'm going to get a first right of refusal to the person that I'm in business with. That's just me personally. That's how I move. I don't get involved
E-
in all that disrespect shit and all of that. I don't care. I'm looking to do the thing that's best for me.
So you would do that even if you had a prior
Yes.
business deal with the person and they did you wrong on a previous business deal.
Yes.
All right, yeah, because I'm that kind of, I don't know, a little bit that contradict what you said the other day when
What
we
did I say the
spoke.
other day?
You condoned the move that Jay did, with the Rocafella thing that Jay did to Dame with him when he found the
Based
deal
off of
for the
what you explained,
204.
you said that he gave Dame what, 22 million or something like that, and Dame
Yeah, when he
signed
had a
off.
deal for 204.
Correct, and Dame signed off on it. Dame sold his
Unbekn-
shares to Jay, and then Jay, and
unbeknownst
then, And then
Yeah,
and then Dame came back and said, "Oh no, you said that he should have got 100 because Jay sold it for 200." No, that's not how I play out. That ain't got nothing to do with what I just said. If I'm looking to exit a business, not I'm looking to buy it from you. If I'm getting out of the business and I'm saying, "Hey, listen, I'm done. I don't want nothing to do with this. I'm moving out of the business." If I'm doing that, now that doesn't mean that Jay is wrong or
right.
anybody else is wrong with how they do business. I'm saying
Mhm.
that for me, Anton, personally, if I'm doing business and I decide that I am getting out of the business, I don't ever want anything to do with restaurants anymore, whatever, so on and so forth, and we got a partnership in this restaurant, then I'm gonna give you the first right of refusal to meet my expectations. That's just me personally.
Right. You referring to like what Dame saying now about him just he's saying he want to just be done with it. That's what you talking about, right?
Huh?
That's what you referring to. You saying if you wanted to get out of the business, just like Dame said he wanted to just be done with it, like
Then I'm
done
gonna
with the
give the
whole
first right. If it's
Rockefeller thing.
me,
That's
I'm
what you
going to give
saying,
first right of refusal to the people that I'm in business with. That's just me.
right?
Now, I
The
don't know
other
if
two
he did
members,
that or if he didn't do that. I'm saying for me, that's what I would do.
right? Okay. Yeah, I just was asked. Yeah, just was a question. Yeah, I wanted to know why you thought that or whatever, just in
Well,
case.
you,
Yeah,
like I said,
I
I
don't know.
think
I
that
don't think
you're
he was wrong.
emotional. I think that you make
How? Because I don't think he
emotional.
was wrong. I just disagree with you. That don't mean it's emotional. I just disagree.
In
Yeah, I just
business,
disagree.
there
I
is
don't
no
think he
right
owed
or
him that.
wrong. There is no right or wrong in business. It's doing what's
How?
best for you. Because everybody can have their opinion of what they think is right or wrong or what you feel like you deserve. In business, there is no right or wrong. It's doing what's in your best interest, what's in your family best interest, and what's in the best interest of your pocketbook and your net worth. What is all of this emotional shit and this? I personally don't understand that. I don't make a decision based off of that.
So you saying offer it to the members, right? If he make more
If
outside
it's
of the
me,
members,
I
then
would
that's
do
a better deal. You would do
it.
so that
If
so
it's
in that.
me, go ahead, finish your question.
No, I'm saying so, and with that, with what you just said, yeah, if you offer the members or the other party that you in business with the first right of refusal, if you got a better deal outside of that, would you go with that, or would you still give it to the members just because that's how you
No,
do
I would
business?
come to them and I would say, hey, this is what they're offering me, but I'm not going to sell it to them unless you can match it. If you can match the deal that they have on the table, and I've done my due diligence and I know that they actually got the money and they actually tendered an offer. Listen, it's like the NBA, right?
Hmm.
If you in a league, right, and for certain contracts, you are a restricted free agent, meaning that you have the ability to go out and see what your value is worth, and then somebody makes you an actual offer that they have to abide by, and they have to actually execute on that offer. But your team can match that offer and say, no, we prefer to keep him for that amount that he was able to get that evaluation for. Then they have the
Right,
first right of refusal. That's what the first right of refusal means. It means
right,
that you can go and do your due diligence and you can tender an offer, but if somebody can match it, then it would go to you for whatever that amount is.
right. But with the restricted free agent, that's already in the contract, so that's already written. They obviously didn't have that in their
Correct.
contract, so Dame don't gotta do that if he don't want
I
to.
never
That's
said
what
that
I'm
he
saying.
had to. When you first
I
came
know.
up
I'm
here,
just
I
saying.
said,
I'm just saying.
so why are we talking about something that we already agreed on?
Right.
We agreed
Yeah. I'm
when you
just.
first came up here. Yeah, I agree. That was off. They should have did business a little bit differently.
Hmm.
But it still doesn't absolve me personally, for still operating under that guise.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Yeah. We did agree on that at the very beginning. True. So. But yeah. Yeah. I was just saying I don't think he wrong because, like you said, it wasn't in writing. But you did say you would have just did stuff. They should have put that in writing from the beginning. But they was young, I guess. So. But it stayed in house, so it's better than what it could have been. It wasn't like no no random person just got it. So
And I don't believe it stayed in
I don't
house.
know.
But again, that's just my personal opinion.
Um,
In house for me is the original people.
Right,
That originally started the company. That's in house for me.
right. Yeah, but yeah, Cam and Mesa be better than a random
How do you
like
know that?
hip
How do
hop
you know
fan.
that? How do you know that?
We don't know it. We don't know the future. I would think so because at least they know each other. At least they got a rapport, like they got a relationship. Versus
Cam and
just
Mace
because
literally said on the podcast, "Hey, listen, I'll sell it to if somebody want to do business, we can get this move."
no, they said they gonna sell it too.
They literally said it on the podcast. It was
Cam
like,
and
"Hey,
Mesa
we
said it.
business."
Oh, all
They
right.
said we business people first. So if the first person, like, if
Wow.
the numbers is meeting, so that's what I'm saying. How do you know that when they literally said, "Hey, listen"?
Damn. Yeah, I hope not. Yeah, I told you I missed when you covered the Cam and Mace part. I was telling you that like 5 minutes ago. But yeah, man, I hope they keep it and do right by it, man. But who knows? Like you said.
It is what it is.
All right. Yeah, sorry to hold you up, man.
You
But
ain't hold me up. That's
yeah,
what we
just had a
talk. This is
question.
what the show is about. People can call in and get their thoughts off.
Right. But all right, man, I'm gonna let you go.
All right, big dog.
Good. All right. Nice.
Um, let me see. All right, we don't have anybody else in the back. Jessica says, shout out to Jessica with the 2 ball and then came back with the 5 ball and said, Dame went on an interview to save face. He claimed someone else worked as his own and lost. Just like he claims to be the sole owner of Rocafella, another lie. I guess it's people that think a little bit differently. Football fan says, I noticed that you fuse a personal principle with emotional. I don't know what that means. I'm a C student. You got to clarify that for me, big dog. You got to clarify that for me, big dog. I don't know what that means. After hours be lit. We definitely get to it in after hours. All right, let's see. Let's see. We be having some differences of opinion, but that don't mean that we not all on the same page. Let's get to this Mowry situation real quick. Tia Mowry. They saying that she ran into her ex-husband. They saying that she ran into her ex-husband. Let me see what happens.
Tia Mowry embracing the.
Why she give him the friendship hat? Why she give him the awkward pat? Hi, yo, that's so awkward. Come on, fam. Come on, bro. You got to do it a little bit better than that. You got to do it a little bit better than that. Hi, that is so corny.
Tia Mowry embracing
Why she acting like they ain't got kids together?
the awkwardness of running into her ex-husband, Cory.
Yo, let me say this, bro. In my opinion, this woman continue to take L's every single day. Taking L's every single day. So corny. Hi. So fake. I remember when I did a review. It's so hold on. I'll pull it up. Hi. I wouldn't even want to be associated with this chick. Hold on, let me see something. Cory, hold on. Was it a marriage Q&A? Nah. Oh yeah, it was called Black Love. It was on our own network. I remember when they did this video. Hold on. You got to check this out. Cause looking at this and then looking at how they used to sell us this whole. That's why I don't listen to people based off of what they saying online. Listen to this.
There are times when I'm like, wow, like last year was pretty tough. But this year, it's good that we stuck, to it, or we continued to be there for one another, or had patience with one another and worked out whatever issues or difficulties that we were having, because that next year is like a completely different year and an even better year.
Yeah. Every year seems to get better.
It does.
Like
it
as a
really
family
does.
first, as growth, development, careers, everything gets better.
And I fall more and more and more in love with him. I really do. Shut up, Cory. But it's not that gushy, like the fake. I don't know. How some of these romantic comedies, they're so fake, and it's the more of like, man, like you really are my best friend.
And I think time has been like the result of that is we've been together.
Oh no, it's a longer interview of this. Hold on, let me pull up the other one. It's a longer version of this.
It's like I'm not doing this alone.
Yeah. And she has been with me every step of the way. Like through the ups and downs, the bad, the ugly, she know ins and outs, everything. She knows it all. So it's
wait, you said she's known him for 23 years? Seriously? She's known him for 23 years?
I'd rather share that with somebody, for the rest of my life than someone who don't know you. And then when just say if everything was great, you don't know if it's genuine. You don't know. You don't know if it's real. At least I know Tia got my back, to the grave. So I know she's with me. And
yeah, we all know that was a lie.
She knows I'm with her. And that's just, everything's not perfect. Marriage is work.
And
marriage is work. I'm not here. Let me finish.
Go ahead, sorry.
I'm not going to be here.
Why does she? I never understood why she continued to interrupt him every single time that he was talking. It was like, this is a perception of femininity, but in reality, it's masculine. And it's crazy, but Football Fan says, someone that has a principle that's different than yours and think something is or isn't right, you call them emotional. Hold on, wait, let me read this again. Because y'all don't be using no commas, no periods, no nothing. Someone that has a principle that's different than yours and thinks something is or isn't right, comma, you call them emotional, LOL, you know what I meant, bro. No. I say people make emotional decisions when it comes to business. I don't have no emotions when it comes to business. The only thing that I know is what makes the most sense. How I personally feel about you, and letting that affect what's best for me is not going to be it shouldn't be a factor personally. But that's just me personally. Listen, I think that y'all should do business however y'all see fit. Do what makes the most sense for you.
Like, everything is, bro, you have to work hard, to stay married, and stay together, you know what I'm saying?
There are times when I'm like, wow, like last year was pretty tough. But this year, it's good that we stuck, to it, or...
People keep saying bring them up. I can't bring nobody up that don't hit the link. If somebody has a disagreement with me, they're more than welcome to be able to hit the link. I don't prevent nobody from being able to come up. Y'all more than welcome to be able to hit the link. Now, that don't mean that I'm going to agree with you. That don't mean that I'm not going to acquiesce, but we definitely can have a reasonable discussion or a debate about whatever it is that you disagree with, but I can't bring up anybody that's not there.
We continued to be there for one another, or had patience with one another and worked out whatever issues or difficulties that we were having, because that next year is like a completely different year and an even better year.
Yeah. Every year seems to get better.
It does.
Like
it
as
really
a family
does.
first, as growth, development, careers, everything gets better.
And I fall more and more and more in love with him. I really do. Shut up, Cory. But it's not that gushy, like the fake... I don't know, some of these romantic comedies, they're so fake, and it's the more of like, man, like you really are my best friend.
Cap.
I think time has been
Cap.
like the result of that is we've been together a while, so it can't be that fake. Because a lot of people get together, you see them, they in love and tattoos, and it's over in a year, 2, 3, it's done. But we still in it. So
he's like a part of my body. You know what I mean? It's like you know, it's like if it's I can't even visualize myself, you know, without Cory.
That was a shaky without. That was. Isn't it interesting how we can always go back and we can check the receipts and see how things are, and see how people are rocking. Yeah, we can always go back and we can check the receipts to see if people was capping for the camera and what led to the demise of a certain relationship. Because then when we see that church hug, and you look at this freeze frame right here, everything ain't all good in the hood, man. Everything ain't all good in the hood.
She puts up with me.
Yeah, and then she said she graduated from her marriage.
I'm a little crazy. But I mean, it's like, it's a good crazy, but it's just me. She understands me, but she supports me. And she's
How do I support you?
Do everything, just everything. If I need to talk to her, she's there, you know, for great advice. I mean, she's there to comfort me. I mean, she cooks pretty good. She does everything. She's like the super mom.
Oh, thanks.
And then
Cory.
she's my #1 fan.
I am.
She's on me, and you know, boy, y'all need to hear some of them conversations we have around here. It's genuine. It comes from a real
They put the music up to it too.
place, and I know that, and that's always a great feeling to have when someone's really in your corner. So I love her to death.
I love you too. To death.
So fake. So fucking fake, man. So fucking fake, bro.
Even though she get on my damn nerves.
You get on my damn nerves. But that's a part of a relationship, you know?
No, it's not. That's not a part of the relationship. That's not a part of the relationship, man. He said it. He said, man, she get on my damn nerves. And she was like, you get on my damn nerves. Right after somebody said it in the chat. It's the build up before the breakup. One final video.
I think we're very realistic. I think that's what's really cool about our relationship. I think that's what's really helped us be together for 15 years.
I would say listen
Just
to
have
your
patience.
wife. Because what Tia used to always tell me, a happy wife is a happy life. Even when you're wrong.
And this is why I say it every single time. I hate psychoanalyzing the body language. I say it every single time. Anytime y'all hear somebody say, happy wife, happy life, that means I'm miserable as fuck, but I'm making sacrifices just to keep my family together. When you hear people say, hey y'all, be careful, don't be timing people out. If you got a wrench and you watching, just be careful about timing people out. If they're not saying nothing crazy or disrespectful, let them get their thoughts off. That's what we do over here on After Hours. All right, just y'all be careful. Don't overly, don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't police people too much. Let them get their shit off. As long as I'll tell y'all if I notice something that's disrespectful. Like if it's disrespectful to my family or my daughter or something like that. But if people disagree with me or you know, they got a difference of opinion, let them get their shit off, bro. Like we cool with that over here. We ain't tripping off of that. We rocking out and we letting people get, you know what I'm saying, say what their thoughts are. Just because they disagree with me or just because they feel a certain type of way about me, we ain't tripping off that. All right? So
Tommy,
I'm like, yes.
even
Just
when you're
say
wrong,
okay.
man, you have to say okay.
Just say okay.
A few times. Just a few times. You have to always, like, all right, so it can just stop and just get on with it, man, because...
nah, family. Nope. Nope. It's all a perception of success. It's all a perception of success. It's all fake. And so when she gave that little church hug, and and they met each other and they ran into each other on the carpet. What was they at? The Essence? The Essence Festival? Let me pull that back up. Let me see something real quick. I think I'm gonna save the Candace Owens things for later. Yeah, he did. I-9 Bash. I noticed that too. He did get on the fucking couch with his shoes on. Nah, don't hide me. As a matter of fact, I'm so territorial. I believe that you mine forever. I believe that you mine forever, and I don't think that people should be breaking up their family. And yeah, Molly, I think that she was a man in the relationship, but that's just my personal opinion. I'm gonna say that. Let me see what's happening with this Candace Owens shit real quick. I just want to see myself personally. Can't just like Candace. I can see you when you walk. Owens Destiny. She went on Destiny stream. Oh, she was actually there with him. This is a whole stream in itself. Just like Candace. All right, yeah. This is a hour-long stream, so we're gonna bust that down. Hopefully on Tuesday. We can bust that down on Tuesday. Yeah. We'll bust that down on Tuesday. All right. We good. Tuesday, we'll dedicate to breaking down the Candace Owens and Destiny conversation. All right. Let me see what else. All right, we good. I think that's it. Let me turn off the call in, and I think that it was a good stream. Listen, I appreciate y'all. I rock with y'all, and thank y'all for continuing to hold me down and adding value to what we do. I know some of y'all come in just to disagree, but we let y'all get y'all shit off. Listen, I'm telling y'all, it's going to be crazy tomorrow. I wish I could tell y'all what was happening, but it's going to be crazy tomorrow. Insane. Millionaire Morning Show. Listen, when y'all see what we talk about tomorrow, man, I hope they drop it in the morning. They're supposed to drop it in the morning. When y'all see what I break down tomorrow, you're going to be like, what the fuck, Anton? You was absolutely right. You were absolutely right. I'm telling you, Millionaire Morning Show, tap in tomorrow. We're going to get it in. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all to everybody that hold me down. Shout out to all of my people. And I add timestamps in the morning when I get up. Got to get my rest. All right. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Best show and best live streamer on YouTube is right here. Maybe not the most popular yet, but definitely the best live streamer on YouTube. Thank y'all. I'm going to see y'all in the morning. Tune in.